speaking, and welcome to the Happy Smoothie Hour show. Today we have a special guest, and I would like, before we start, to let you know that we are going live not only on my personal profile, not only on 1 or 2 pages, but we are going live on 10 pages or 11 pages actually. So if you happen to comment, I can unfortunately from my personal profile see your comment in a real time. So the best thing I could do is once the live is over, get back to those comments and answer you. So thank you so much for watching and being so faithful to this show. So today we have a special guest called Dorothy. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself, what she's doing, and how she's taking care of her health. Because everybody knows that during the COVID-19, that's not the best way to cope with everything. Everything is upside down. So she's going to give us her tidbit about her story and how she's handling it and how she's staying healthy and shiny and glowing, which is really amazing during this situation. Being a mom, handling kids, being a teacher, being everything at home, that's not the easiest way. So welcome, Dorothy, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me. I am so grateful to be joining you today, to be sharing my experiences with everything that's going on, especially during these difficult times where we have there's so much unrest, so much commotion going on everywhere, and we're still trying to find a balance in between everything going on. And one thing that I discovered that was a better way for me to be able to handle all this in a very calm way is just to get myself introduced to this amazing product that I laid my hands on, like a smoothie. That's what I discovered that was able to give me.
Speaking of smoothie hour.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers to the smoothies. There we go. My goodness. It is good.
So tell me what's in it. You go first and I'll go second. What's in your smoothie today?
Yes. So what's in my smoothie today? I call this the meal replacement smoothie. What is called is the morning burst energy smoothie. The morning burst energy smoothie. Yeah.
So what's in it?
So what I have in here is I have a cup of water, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of crushed ice. I love my ice. You can see from this, you can see the glass is having all the dew from the ice. I love my crushed ice. So I have 1 cup of water, 1 cup of crushed ice, 2 handfuls full of spinach washed. I have 1 cup of frozen strawberries. I have a half cup of tropical mixed fruits. So in the mixed fruits, we have a little bit of a pineapple, a little bit of peach, a little bit of coconut. You know, I love coconut.
Yes. I love coconut too.
Coconut flavor. So instead of going with the coconut water, I just get the tropical fruit that has the coconut chunks in them. So I have a half cup of the tropical fruit. I have half a banana and a scoop of my amazing shake that I use to give me all this glow that you see on, as well as a full tablespoon of flaxseed.
Wow. So that's really heavy meal.
Yes, that's why I call it a meal replacement energy burst drink, morning burst energy drink. It's a meal replacement. So I have all that in here, throw them in the blender, blend really well. You see, I like to blend my smoothie really smooth. That way, if I'm sipping, I'm not having anything stuck in my mouth. So I like to do it this way, and I blend everything together really good, and then I take it for my breakfast. So when I take that in the morning, it keeps me going. It gives me all the energy that I need. Perfect. So what do you
for me? Cheers to that.
Yes.
So in my smoothie to that, I have for today's smoothie, I have Rotiana, since you are logged in, I can't see you. Your camera is not on. So if you could fix that. So I'm gonna get back. Okay, I could see you and you're on standby. The thing is here today on my happy smoothie hour, I mixed berries. Today I had my blackberries, I had blueberries, I had strawberries, and I had cherries.
Got all the berries going on.
Yeah, all the berries in. And then I add a little bit of date to just give it a sugary taste, because I don't mind having extra sugar or extra heavy meal. And then I mix the whole thing with 2 scoops of chocolate protein shake. And then when I mix the whole thing, you have this, and it's really smooth. And I'm telling you, the cherry give it a specific taste that's really amazing.
That's awesome.
That's what I do.
That is awesome.
And I blend the whole thing. Yeah, it looks super good.
Really good. It looks
and
really
super good too.
Cheers
to that.
Cheers to that.
So, what made you change your lifestyle? What made you decide to go for a smoothie meal? Because I know many people would be like, you know what? I don't like the feeling of drinking. It's not like eating. I need to chew, and I need to feel like I'm filling my belly. So what was the reason, and how did you feel like after you started having this kind of diet?
You know, during this, during this lockdown, you know, I have kids, you know, I'm a busy mom. I go and come. So during the lockdown period, children were out of school. So me and my husband had to make the tough decision to be able to stay home with them and help them with their virtual learning program that they started doing, because they had to finish, they go on with the semester. So I had to take off from work to be home with the kids. And once that happened, you know, just sitting in the house, not doing anything, you're just turning around the same spot. I started gaining weight because I was not going anywhere. And because I wasn't dressing up to go anywhere, I didn't even realize that I was putting on so much pounds. So I was just comfortable in the house. I wake up in the morning, take a shower, I get in my free clothes, and I just sit there. So I started noticing that something was different in my body. So I was like, oh no, I know already I have issues with my weight. Now it's just getting worse because I'm just living a sedimentary lifestyle where I don't go anywhere, I don't do anything. So I started doing some research as to what I should be doing to help me, since we have so much restriction of going out there. What should I be doing to help me with my weight issues? So I remember one time I'd done a smoothie diet, and it really helped me lose the weight. So I said, okay, you know, right now with age and everything added to it, the stress that we are going through is going to be a little bit challenging this time around. So I have to figure out something that will really help me going. Yes. So that's how I came across. I came to start doing my smoothies. Yes. I started doing my smoothies. I try to do this every single day for breakfast. You know, sometimes I can have it twice a day, but breakfast, that is my meal. And for the past 3 months
now. How do you feel? Like, if you use, I don't know what you used to have for breakfast. What did you use to have for breakfast? Something heavier or?
Yeah, I used to have something heavy. I used to love to drink coffee. You know, I used to love to drink my coffee. When I wake up in the morning, coffee was my to go. If I didn't drink my coffee, and I don't like drinking black coffee, you know, I like to drink my coffee with cream, with sugar, make it taste good, some cream in it, and some like the vanilla vanilla cream where we used to make coffee, and it has a lot of fat. So, but the flavor was very addictive. It kept pulling me to come back to it, even though I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I could not resist. So I was indulging on that. And I started gaining weight so much. So it got to a point I said I had to stop.
Okay.
So once I stopped.
And do you regret now after that?
Absolutely have no regret. Absolutely no regret, because trust me, for this while that I've been doing my smoothies, I have my magic shake powder that I add to my smoothies. Since 3 months that I've been using this product, I've lost some weight.
Awesome.
I've lost more than
your old self, like somebody who's watching right now who used to be like you, who used to have those heavy coffee and breakfast. What would you tell your old self to kind of start doing it earlier?
You know, I would tell my old self, I regret not starting earlier. I regret not using my willpower, because I know I have a strong willpower that if I want to do something, I'll do it to fulfillment. But, you know, you just feel complacent about situations. So I will tell my old self, follow your heart, do what's right. So I look at my old self now and I say, you know what? You are in the past. There's no way I'm going to get back with you again. So if you are that old me, yes. If you are that old me, think about your health. That's one thing that's most important, especially during this time where people get sick just like that. You need to take care of your health. That should be your priority, so you can be able to be there for yourself. Yes.
So I introduced you to Rusiana too. I'm pretty sure she had something to say about the change in your life. And welcome, Rusiana. Happy Smoothie Hour. Cheers to you.
Happy Smoothie Hours.
Absolutely.
So what's in your smoothie, Rusiana, today?
So this is a recipe that inspired by a friend of mine. So I call it blueberry bomb blueberry or blueberry bomb plus. So yes, in fact, I am going to a blueberry picking right now. I'm in the car, as you can see. So I love blueberries in my smoothies, and this is a blueberry smoothies, and I put a bunch of stuff. I was listening to Dorothy. Yes, I put that flax seeds, chia, and hemp, and I put multivitamins and minerals. I put 2 scoops of vegan protein powder. I put 1 full scoop of fiber, plant-based fiber, and it's all plant-based. And I just use water. It is so amazing, and it's a full meal replacement. I'm taking this every single day, never get bored. But, you know, like if you take everyday blueberry bomb, it will be a little bit boring. So I got a lot of recipes that I got from anywhere. Sometimes I go Google. But now we have a book coming up, which is Ndeye. She's the author. So that book will going to be my lifesaver. So cheers.
Cheers, Dorothy.
That is awesome. Cheers, 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 cheers.
Thank you so much for having me, though. Really interesting, this subject. A lot of people, they either do not know that, you know, it's a good habit to have a protein shake every morning or smoothies or every day, basically, or they just never try. Or they just only think that those is just for people who go to the gym and pumping the muscles, or just boring and not like, oh, I want to eat real food, like you said, right? Yeah. So I just thought, like, why I didn't know this sooner. So there's the only regret is like I didn't know this
people
sooner.
watching us right now. We have Rosalie Wallace watching. We have Karen Rogers watching, and we have Abby watching. She said hi, by the way.
Oh,
and
hi,
Abby
everyone.
told me that she sent you Dorothy to me. So thank you so much.
Abby.
Yeah, she's live right now. We have 5 people, but I can't just see 2 or 3 of them. I don't see all the names. So thank you guys for being here. And thank you for recommending anyone you think could be a good fit for this show. It's really nice of you, and we love the recommendation. Keep going on that. And right now I'm going to speak about, I'm going to read a list about all the kind of disease you could fight, or you could kind of move out of your life. Let's call it that way. It's starting with, and also you're gonna start, if you feel like Dorothy or Oceana, something that's related to you, you could just pop up and say something about it. I'm gonna keep going with the list later. So it's abdominal bloating. You could remove it using oh, you want to talk? Okay, go ahead, Dorothy.
That's list number 1, Dorothy.
I'm right up on the list. Yeah. So abdominal bloating. That's one thing that I used to suffer from a lot. You know, a lot, because like I said, my body is not the same like it used to have. I have 4 kids, twins in between, and yes, and also a granddaughter. So absolutely. So my body doesn't react to things the way it normally would. So the abdominal bloating is something that I suffered from. You know, it keep like you always feel like you're full even when you're hungry. I sometimes I want to eat, but I feel like I don't have to eat because my stomach is so bloated. So abdominal bloating is something that I suffered from a lot, and it's very uncomfortable. But guess what?
You are feeling better now.
I feel good. So I am top on the list.
Okay, do you want to say
Yes.
something about it?
Yeah, it's so funny. Yes, for me, abdominal bloating is more like indigestions most of the time for me. So certain food when you eat, I don't know about you, but you feel like you want to burp, or you feel like, oh, the meal is still there sitting in my stomach for maybe 2 hours and 3 hours. That is, to me, is that kind of bloating is indigestions. Of course it's bloated because there's so much gas and the food cannot be digested, right? And I like the when you said already, like, you're hungry but you can't really eat because it's like so full, but you're actually hungry. I never thought of that. That's really so true. That create confusion, so people are gonna tend to eat like a lot because of it's so much bloated, but they can't really eat, but they are so, they're confused. When they want to eat, they want to eat more, and then, but they couldn't. So when they really no more gas, they're going to eat a lot more. So that create a lot of blood sugars ups and down, and it's going to create a slow weight gain and also a stomach indigestion, right? Digestion's problem. But to me,
Yes.
it's the food that I eat. It create that gas, and I can't even move. But then we have to pretend that everything is okay. If you're in the restaurant, you're
Yes.
like, okay, but it's so painful inside. And a lot of people take a pill that for gastric. They thought it's gastric, but it's sometimes it's just bloated. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next one is acid reflux, acne, allergies. Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. I had a lot going on. Yeah. Acne was a big issue that I was suffering from. Yeah. If you can see, you can still see some spots a little bit that are going away. I used to suffer from severe acne, severe acne. Even after the changes in my body, sometimes they say when you've crossed a certain age, you are on the other side of a womanhood. I'm sure you understand what I mean by that. You don't have this acne anymore, because I had severe fibroids, so I had surgery, hysterectomy, and everything was taken out. So my system just went through a complete change. So things started changing in my body. Yes, that added to with the weight gain and stuff like that. So acne was one of the things that I suffered from a lot. I went to different allergy clinics. I went to the dermatologists and all that. They did everything they could. They said, oh, you are allergic to this, you're allergic to that. So don't eat this, don't eat that. I did all that, but I still wasn't getting any better. But since I started with my smoothie diet, everything has just turned around. It's like a 360-degree turnaround. And I feel even out there, friends look at me and go like, wow, Dorothy, your skin looks so beautiful. Your face is getting clearer. What are you doing? And all I tell them is I have this amazing smoothie lifestyle change that I'm doing. If you want to know more, let me walk you through. So that's what I'm doing. Acne was something that I suffered from, and I feel okay now.
Perfect. So let's remind everyone watching, whether it's we play live right now, we are all talking about the smoothies and the power of that meal replacement smoothie.
Replacement, yes.
So, yeah. So we'll talk about allergies, we talk about anger issues, anxiety, arteries blocked with fat, autoimmune disease. Okay, go ahead, Lucy.
So, excuse me. So autoimmune disease is getting on the rise right now. Recently, in the 2020s, or even just the last 5 to 10 years, there's a lot of factors contributed to that, and I'm one of them. Kind of.
Annette just joined us. Hi, Annette.
Oh, hi, Annette. I'm Annette.
We're going to celebrate her later. We're waiting for you, Annette. Join us live.
Right. So I'm going to quickly tell my story. So, Ndeye, and should I continue?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called lupus. I don't know if you guys, if you girls, familiar with that. So it's a couple of years ago, like more than 7 years ago. So I didn't know. It started with kind of like weird inflammations and pain and headache, migraines, and like sometimes it's just weird places without any, like you have bruises, and then like have this very sensitive skin, and sometimes you can't even go down to the sun. So long story short, I went to the dermatologist and I got an intensive blood test. Then we just realized, okay, so that is what's happening in my body right now. So I was given medications to take, and if you know people who have lupus, we can't really get off the medication. Basically, there's no cure to it, so you have to live with it. So I took some things a little bit different, and I told myself, how about if I can do something from nutrition side, so my body kind of like regulated the immune system, right? It's not going to be too active, or it's not going to be like lost. So I went to my family doctor. Basically, my family doctor just suggested, how about you try like a diet without gluten, without dairy, and no alcohol, no coffee, basically no stimulant, and not acidic. So the goal is to reduce acidity in my body, because when you're acidic, when you're alkaline, like natural, not alkaline, because we are not battery, you kind of like there's less inflammation in your body. And I said, okay, let me try. But the thing is, every time we go to the doctor, when you're being told to lose weight, or get healthy or eat right, it is very broad advice. For me, if I'm a patient, I want to know what kind of specific step that I can take every day when I wake up. What should I take? What I eat? What is that? The portion. If I want to like specific, but it's not always the case. The doctor just going to say, go home and lose some weight, right? So I was really lucky in 2015. Somebody told me about a program called 30 Days to Healthy Living that do exactly that. And in order to do the program, we were introduced to have the smoothies. So I was like, I never really think that having smoothies to replace breakfast is an idea at all, because I'm Asian. I eat like rice. I can eat rice from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, it's so true. Like I grew up like that. And also to me, like smoothies, and that is like a fancy drink. So I'm going to spend like maybe $7, $8, $10 if I go to the mall and just buy it in a cafe. And then, like it's fancy drink with the straw and the beautiful garnishes. I just never thought that as a meal replacement that can eventually contribute to so much goodness for your health in overall, and eventually to reduce the acidity that I was looking for. So I embarked on the journey right away, because it's like, this is something that I can do. It just makes sense. So I started in January 2015 and never looked back. And not only I gained so much knowledge, but I managed to reduce a couple of pounds or kilograms. My skin really so much nicer, and anger also went down. So and the best is, I only have, to wash maybe 2 items, a blender. You don't have to cook.
Cool,
So
yeah.
I told myself, this is really for a lazy mom, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So there is so much goodness of having that you make yourself. Don't buy in the store, but really learn about the ingredients that you put. So the rule of thumb is, you need to have protein, you need to have fiber, you need to have certain good fats, and you have that carbohydrates that comes from the sweetness, right? Because there are some sweetness in that. And then you can put a bunch of stuff if you want, just to make the flavor even better. So they come from fruits. And that is why your book's going to comes in really handy. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely. So, Doctor, are you familiar with lupus? The autoimmune disease?
Say that again.
Are you familiar with the autoimmune Oceana shared with us, the disease?
Yeah, I am. I've heard about people. I've seen people who suffer from who had the condition. Yeah, but I don't really know much detail about it. I just know that people really, it's a difficult condition to manage. Yeah.
So now you learn that Oceana is out of her meds now,
it
and
is
she's doing good.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, I didn't tell that. Yeah, so it took me 3.5 years for me to not depend on any medication.
Wow. But you never give up. That's
It's a
when
long
you
journey, but it's
started.
worth it.
Yeah, and you never give up because you could have said, okay, I'm tired after 3
This,
months.
I never give up.
Perfect. Don't ever give up.
No.
Absolutely.
It does.
It does wonders to your body. You know, it's good when you figure something out that works for you, you stick to it. Yeah. That's really, that's really
So the
Everybody
great.
next,
should try.
yeah, cheers to that.
Cheers.
So the next disease is blood sugar problems, brain fog, brown spots and blemishes, cellulite.
I have brown spots. I
Oh,
have a lot of brown spots and blemishes because of my condition and also sun's exposure and aging. I can't run away from that.
yeah.
Aging is a gift. Yes, like growing old is a gift. Don't think it's a bad thing, because a lot of people actually die at a very young age. They don't even know how it feels to be old.
Yeah.
So we have to be grateful because we're alive, and having that problem is fine. You just need to find a good skincare. But if you taking care from the inside, your skin gonna glow, just like Dorothy said. Look at her
Yes.
skin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
It's from the
absolutely.
inside. I'm
What you
taking
said,
collagen.
what you
ahead,
said
Ndeye.
really makes sense. You know, you have to treat it from the inside. Once you take care of it from the inside, it brings, you see the glowing outside. So I know some people will just go, not before that I was now very much aware. I would try to treat it from the outside, get skin cream to put on my body to mask whatever was going on. What, not knowing that it was everything that I was dealing with was inside. I had to take care of it from inside, and then the reflection will be showing outside. But once I noticed that I had to fix it from the inside, I had to stop all the madness that I was doing on my body, mixing different lotions with the other, just to try to mask whatever was going on. But since I realized
It's
that
so true.
I had to fix it from inside out, everything became together.
Awesome.
Yes.
No one
And the
will
next,
no one will believe that you are a grandmother.
no.
Wow, thank you.
I don't believe you.
I thank you. My granddaughter just turned 1 this month.
Awesome.
Wow.
So my next
Yes.
one, brain fog, brown spots and blemish. We already said that. The cellulite, the chronic fatigue syndrome, constipation. Oh, you want to talk about the chronic fatigue?
Yes, chronic fatigue. You know, when you have excess weight, you're always tired. Like climbing up the stairs was a big problem for me. You know, if I go to the grocery store, I will circle around the store just to find the closest parking spot to the door. You know, I used to be that person where I would find the closest spot to park because I was always tired. I was always tired. If I'm home, I just want to lay on the couch and sit there and sleep and watch TV all day. Not want to do anything because I was always tired. But guess what? I'm feeling so much better now.
Wow. And also, you want to add something?
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. I was so tired too, and I was really loose skinny, because this disease either make you really skinny or make you really big. I've been both, but when I was skinny, I couldn't even tired. Every step feel like there's needles. Waking up like, oh, again. So sometimes being tired is not because we are like overweight or bigger than we should be. It can also be you're not healthy in the inside, the blood circulations, your heart, a lot of issues. Even like skinny people can be really like do not want to do anything. It's just because they don't have energy. The body is not generating, it's not moving, the engine is not running. They can't even move. There's no fuel, because the fuel is supposed to be our food, because food is either a fuel to our body or a toxic, slowly killing us or slowly firing you up. That is why the protein smoothies is once a day has been really a game changer, because I feel that being small small, being like petite, but I still feel tired. But you know what thing that helped me every day? The fish. You can't really see it though. They maybe you have it with you. It's inside.
No, I don't have it prepared,
This
unfortunately.
is an alkaline like a healthy Gatorade, but there's no color, no extra chemicals in it. It's just ginseng guarana. It is amazing, and this one I drink every day. It helps me for my that energy boost, calm, and alkalinizing my body too. So this is something that's not smoothie, but I'm drinking every day as well.
Okay. So we're going to keep going, and I'm not going to call you too much, Hosiana, since I noticed that you are driving. We'll be more careful about that.
I'm not driving, I'm passengers, but Annette is
there. Okay. Yeah. I was not sure if you were driving. Okay. So perfect. Then we talk about the constipation, the dark circles under the eyes, the decreased metabolism, the depression, disturbed sleep, elevated LDL, reduced HDL. Okay, go ahead, Dorothy. Unmute yourself.
Sorry. Yeah. I was trying to make a statement. I'm going to take you a little bit backward for the decreased metabolism. Okay. Like I told you before, when I had the surgery, a lot of things had changed in my body. So my body was not functioning like it used to. A lot of things had changed. So my metabolism was very slow. That's the reason why, even though the things that I used to do to lose weight, I was not able to do that anymore because of the slow metabolism. And it was a big issue for me. So that's one thing that I suffered from, as well as disturbed sleep. Oh, goodness. I used to did not sleep. I had to start taking sleeping pills. You know, the normal dose, I would take it, and it got to a point where it wasn't working. I started increasing the doses. And it got to a point I saw that I was getting so addicted to sleep pills. I said, this is not good for me. You know, I'm trying to take care of one thing, and then I'm spoiling many different ones. So I had to stop taking the sleep aid. I just had to go. Sometimes I would be awake all night. You know, if I sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, that's a lot for the day. And you know, when you don't sleep at night, you get tired all day. You feel sluggish. You feel just disoriented. So that's one thing that I was going through. But since I started using my amazing smoothie products, I do not feel all those things anymore. So thank God I found myself this amazing smoothie regimen. Yes.
Thank you for that. We have Rosemary who joined us. Thank you for being here, watching us live. So the next one would be, we have the disturbed sleep. We just mentioned that. Excessive facial blood vessels, excessive sweating, fatty liver, fibromyalgia. I don't know how to say that.
Fibromyalgia.
Thank you.
Yes.
Fibromyalgia.
Yes.
Food and chemical sensitivities. Gallbladder disease, gallstones, hemorrhoids, hot flashes, hypoglycemia. Oh, you wanna? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, see, I got a lot going on. I had a lot going on. Yeah. Hot flashes. Like I said, when I had the surgery, my whole system got messed up. So it's
Rosemary said great job. Thank you, Rosemary, for saying that. Go ahead, Dorothy.
Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of things are messed up, but right now, like I told you, my smoothie regimen has been a miracle. Mm-hmm. God knows it's been a miracle, because so many conditions that I was facing, I don't experience them anymore. Yeah, it was a big issue for me, but thank God now everything is in the past.
Awesome. And then we had hemorrhoids, we had hot flashes, hypoglycemia, inability to lose weight. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, yeah, I love things that will circle around the same thing, you know. like I said before, losing weight was easier for me before, but it got to a point after a certain period where some things changed in my body. Weight loss was a big struggle. It took me forever to lose weight, even doing the things that I would normally do to lose weight. So that was a big problem that I was fighting with. But so far, I am on the right track.
Awesome.
Yes.
Anything you want to add, Rosie?
Slow weight gain, it's something that happens to almost everybody, I believe, if you're like at my age. Yes, it happened to me too. And the sad thing is, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens just very, very little over the years usually. So this can always be stopped at the early age. So if anybody is now watching and you feel like, I think I'm like half a pound heavier, or just the feeling of heavier, it means that some things need to be done. So you don't go into that slide, go down and you can't even stop it. So because that is what happened to people who had slow weight gain. It was me, because after my second babies, I feel like slowly, but I was so powerless because I don't know what to do. It doesn't mean that overweight people, they are lazy or they do not want to take care of themselves. Sometimes it's just because they do not know where to start. And a lot of us only think, I'm just going to eat less and exercise more and I'm going to be healthy or going to lose weight. It is really more than that. It is not only that. That is probably less than 5%. So at least 80% is really what we eat, because it's going to work on every level of your human body's function, brain, guts, eliminations, organs, everything. So it's all start with nutrition. It's all start with the food that we eat. So as I mentioned, like I like to eat, heavy breakfast and like the whole day. So that is like what I know my whole life, right? I need to change that. That's why I just didn't know that about this protein shake. So how I really wish somebody told me earlier that it's so easy, so simple to do, and it's so good for our body. Then it will not happen that slow weight gain, because then this is like a stop sign. Okay, stop. So at least if you can do one time a day, you're really gonna feel that you're not gaining weight anymore. You're probably gonna be stagnant, and by time if you really do that exercise and reduce the calories, not to stop yourself, you actually going to lose the weight that your body doesn't need. So that would be the best, healthiest way to get to the body, which is your ideal weight, healthy BMI, not skinny but slim, not slim, sorry, tone and fit. That's the word, fit and tone. So you need to do some kind of like cardiovascular or a little bit of weight training, but that's supposed to be the way. And I know it's painful, it takes time, but really the best time to start is today. No, it's the best time today is 10 years ago probably. The second best time is today. Okay, so no excuse, because believe me, I was one of them. I start Monday, the Monday never come. I start the tomorrow never come, and usually it comes at the doctor's office when they say cholesterol, too much this, this one, that one, stage 4, stage 3, whatever. That will be too late. Not too late, you're still alive, so it's never too late. So sorry about that, it's never too late. So start, no matter how your heart condition or where you are in your life. But today we learn something simple. Get on board. It's so fun.
So we have Michael who joined us, Michael Burks. Thank you for watching. And we had Yvonne Miles who joined us also. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to keep going on the list. Let me fit you. And thank you for being here, guys. And happy smoothie hour. Cheers, ladies. Cheers.
Cheers.
So now I'm going to talk about the inability to lose weight, indigestion, inflammation, intolerance to alcohol, intolerance to fatty foods. Okay, go ahead, Dottie. What did the smoothie change in your life?
Yeah, intolerance to alcohol. My system doesn't go well with alcohol at all.
Oh, All about it.
Yes.
What happened?
I am that person. If I take, I most of the times I will take a glass of wine when I'm home. That way I know, because when I'm a little on the other side, I will laugh a lot. Yes, so that's how I know that the alcohol is getting into my system. I will laugh so much. So I stop drinking alcohol when I'm out of the house, because I don't want to be laughing and people look at me and go like, oh, is she turning into a fool or something? So I have very little tolerance of alcohol, which to me is not a bad thing. But, sometimes people will not understand the reason why I just burst out and start laughing for no reason. It's because I have very low tolerance of alcohol. So I didn't know that was an issue, but if it's a condition, then I'm happy I have one, because I don't have to indulge in drinking.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have intolerance to fatty foods, irritable bowel syndrome, itchy skin, joint pain, low libido, menopausal symptoms. Oh, go ahead, Dottie.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm saying this. My husband is going to kill me. Well, I will skip that for now, but that's something that I
No. You started it. Go ahead.
Yeah, when your body doesn't, sometimes it's I'll call it your body sensitivity to your body. You are aware that you don't look the way you want to look, so it affects a whole lot of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like your self-esteem is not where you need it to be, it has so many things that it affects. So that's one thing that I would say, even though it's a difficult topic to talk about, I'm just gonna say this out loud. Yeah, when your body is not the way you want it, your shape, it has so many negative effects on your body. So I am guilty of that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I hope it's gonna help someone.
Absolutely.
And then
and also the menopausal symptoms. That is one thing that I'm dealing with right now. Like I said, I had a hysterectomy, and a whole lot got messed up. So it's yeah, I can see them all in the line. Mood swing as well added to that. It's something that I don't. When my mom used to go through these things, I would ask myself, why is she so angry all the time? Why is she so, one time she'll be happy, the next minute she's just, get out of here. I don't want to see anybody beside me. Oh, I'm hot, I'm cold. And so I did not understand then. But right now, I really do appreciate, because my mother had 7 of us. My mother has 7 children. Dealing with all that, and then going through what she was going through at the time, and was still okay, taking care of us, taking care of her husband, who was always a patient, and doing everything in between. I give so much respect to my mother for that, because I have 3 younger ones. Sometimes I feel like I want to just pull my hair off my head, because I get it's so frustrating. They feel you don't know how to put their feelings to words, So it's a big issue that women are going through, and unfortunately, we don't talk about them too much. It's something that people really need to be aware of. That is a condition that that can be treated, not just by medication, by just a lifestyle change, diet change, and just do a few
we should have a special day. You come back and we're going to discuss that more thoroughly and go in depth and discuss that subject, because I think it's not well talked about, and people are like hiding it, and you need to express it and move forward. I think it's a conversation we have to have. So we have to have another appointment and discuss more thoroughly about that. So I'm going to talk about, you already mentioned the mood swings, so I'm going to move next to the muscle aches, nausea and vomiting, overheating, the pain over the liver, the PMS, which I don't know. Hussein, if you could tell us what is the PMS, because I don't know. What is it? I did not have time to do research on this.
PMS is premenstrual syndrome. PMS. So before
yes. You're right.
Just moody.
Yes.
And like everything is everything is bigger, that it should be, even like you can see your face is like big, bloated. It is just hormonal usually. So by doing a lifestyle change, it's gonna help you a lot. So you're not that moody because like, oh, he's having a PMS. So you blame it on PMS if you're not nice. You just want to call somebody. Okay, I'm a PMS. Get stay away from me. So yeah, that will be the one.
Do you want to add something to the PMS?
Yeah, I don't have the condition, as you all know, but I have daughters. I have daughters at home who usually go through that period. So I really feel bad for them. They are twins when I say them. So I really feel bad for them, because when they go through those days of the week, of the month, it's really uncomfortable for them. I feel for them, but that's unfortunately something that I cannot help them with. But I understand what they go through, and I do appreciate the fact that they can be able to express it. You know, us growing up, I grew up in Africa. You know, most of the times you feel those things, but you don't express them out. You just grind through them and let them go by, and let nature take course of it, take a effect of it. So those things, we went through them, but I never put it into words. I thought I knew it was just okay, because I was expecting my period within this time period. I just like, this is something that I have to deal with. So I never put anything to it. But when I hear my daughters talk about it and they express the way they're feeling, it brings me back to that time, and I can appreciate now. I can put meaning to the way I was feeling.
Also, is it something we should have like another show where we discuss about the PMS more in detail and share experiences and say how the lifestyle could change that kind of feeling and make you feel lighter and easier in life?
Yes, I'm just writing down some of the points that we need to talk about, so that way I can do my that way I can do my research.
Yeah, already. So I'm gonna go next. After PMS, we have poor concentration, pot belly. I don't know what you mean by pot belly. Oceana, what's pot belly?
Pot belly would be the big belly. Yeah, they just big belly. That's what they go.
Okay. And how does it help the pot belly? I'm curious. How does it help?
Most men or women too, they have like a protruding front belly and the stomach. They have like, they're pregnant, but they're not pregnant.
They're not pregnant. Yes.
It's like you have 6 months pregnant and you are waiting when the baby is going to be delivered, and never happened.
Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, probably because she's on the road. Maybe she's gonna come back.
The network, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. And then so we talk about the pot belly, the recurrent headache.
Yes, reoccurring headache. I used to suffer from migraine. Lots of migraine. I'll have migraine 2-3 times a week.
Wow.
It was, yes, it's bad. It was bad. I used to
life with the migraine.
Say that again.
Having 2 migraine a week, how do you cope with your life? I mean, how do you keep going with the kids and everything?
It was very challenging. It was very difficult. Sometimes I will not talk about it, because, you know, my kids are very sensitive. They if I'm feeling bad, they're feeling bad. You know, that's how much sensitive my kids are. They are very they are very concerning. They want to know if you are not feeling okay. They have some attachment to it. So when I'm going through those pains, sometimes I don't even tell them, because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to spoil their mood. So I just have to grind in between the pain and deal with them. But it was very uncomfortable. Imagine having migraines and studying for exams and going to school. It was very difficult. That was the challenge that I had to go through every day. Sometimes I would say, maybe I want to quit, you know, but I can't, because my kids are looking up to me. You know, I have people look at me like, oh, she is someone I'm looking at for like an example, like a role model, like a mother figure. So I had to set the pace to be like, you know, I have to push myself through. If I want to make my kids study, if I want to let them accomplish something, I have to show them how to do it myself. So I will have to grind through them in between, go to work, sometimes sick, sometimes it was difficult, you know. But as a mother, you just have to do what you have to do to keep your family happy.
Sure. So I'm going to keep going on. Thank you for sharing for that. It's really interesting because I'm learning things too, because I'm not used to certain condition. I'm like, wow, I'm just learning. And that's good to know that
Thank God
smoothies
for
change your life.
that.
That's
Yes.
amazing to know that smoothies change your life.
Yes.
After
I'm
just
telling
3
you.
months.
Yes,
Because
after 3 months.
In my case, I started, it was in 2015. And I decided to do the cure, like, I mean, doing it seriously. And I used to be the person who doesn't really believe into proteins, to be honest. Vegan protein, I was like, no, I would never use it. Why would I need vegan protein? It's just for people who are lifting. And I'm not lifting. So why would I need those protein to add muscles? And I was thinking, no, that's so not me. I'm not really into it. And then I started using it, and I had one of my... the reason why I wanted was to get, of course, keep healthy and everything and keep my muscle, the structure, but also I wanted to jump higher. You know, those pictures where you jump, I'm pretty sure you saw it on my profile. So I want to jump the highest possible. And I was like, I need to have that muscle. I have to have the structure I need to jump, because I don't want to jump and then feel bad because, like, I don't know if you saw one of the show, Lisa was saying she jumped, she had her knee issue, and she was so hurt. She never pretended that she was hurt. She just acted like everything was okay. But the picture was nice and she was happy, but she had a few weeks where she was feeling her knee was not okay.
Pain. Yes.
Yeah, she was in pain. Never showed it. And I wanted to make sure everything was okay. So I like the fact that on top of the smoothie, we have the book coming soon. And this show is going to be something we're going to use also to show that the smoothie is something. And I heard also and received some messages, people asking me, what's the smoothie? Because guess what? We are talking a lot about the smoothie, but what is a smoothie? Many people don't even know what's the smoothie. And someone told me, I want to have my shake. Guess what? They just put the powder and the water and they mix it. And they were like, it doesn't taste. Yeah, that's not a smoothie. That's just a protein shake with water.
That's a protein drink. That's a protein drink.
Yeah, I had to explain that you have to buy a blender, use the blender, put the fruits in it, add the powder, put the butter, it's a few minutes. It was funny, but that's how it is. So you have to kind of educate also people about that. It's not just the water, the powder you order and you mix it and you drink it. That's not how it works. You have to add those foods. That's why we have this smoothie hour, Happy Smoothie Hour, where we share what we put inside of our smoothies. We have the book. We have many people contributing. I hope, Dorothy, you're going to join and send us a few of your...
Absolutely, I have to.
So we're going to have that.
And I also have videos where I do my smoothies, you know. I have my video collections where I do my smoothies because, like you said, many people... Yes, I will. I definitely will. Because, like you said...
notes, send it to me by Messenger. I'll check them. And also, we have also people giving feedbacks and commenting, which is great. So any kind of disease you have, a condition you would like to share and discuss, feel free to comment or message me. And then we're going to keep going. We have talked about the recurrent headaches. Thank you, Dorothy, for sharing your experience about that. And wet palms and sores, the wet, swollen, itchy eyes, rosacea, yellow discoloration of eyes, slow digestion.
Yes, slow digestion. Yeah, I used to have that slow digestion, the bloating and stuff like that. It all contributes to that. You know, you eat few hours after, maybe 2-3 hours after, you still feel, if you burp, you feel like you just finished eating, you know.
Wow.
That's part of the, you know, those things that are happening, I said, you know what, maybe I just have to stop eating. I said to myself one time, I said, maybe I just have to stop eating. Because if I eat, I can't stop eating. And somebody will look at me and go like, oh my gosh, she's not taking care of herself. Look, they will see how she looks. But you won't understand what I'm dealing with, because if you see someone outwardly, you don't know what's going on inside of them. So that's something that I was suffering from. That's
what I called, don't compare my chapter to your chapter. We are not on the same chapter of each life. It's easy for you to be on the chapter 30th and I'm on chapter 50, and you think I am on your same chapter. It doesn't work that way. You can't just stand there and judge the book from the cover. And then
Yes.
we talk about the slow digestion, the sugar cravings. Did you have the sugar cravings once you stopped?
I stopped craving for sugar since I started using my doing my smoothies. I stopped craving sugar. Like I said, I used to love to drink coffee, and I like my coffee sweet.
Wow.
But guess what? I don't crave that anymore. If I want to drink coffee right now, I would say maybe like a week or after, maybe 2 weeks after, I'll take a small cup of coffee. Like I had a cup of coffee yesterday, just a small one. You know, the smallest size of teacup. I just say, let me just reward myself after all this long period of time I've been without drinking coffee. I just took a small cup of coffee, but I did not put the cream and the sugar like I normally used to do, because I don't crave those anymore. Right now, my kids are like, Mom, what happened to your sugar craving? You don't eat sugary stuff anymore. And I tell them, yeah, because I'm into a journey of changing my lifestyle. I want to be healthy. So I don't crave sugar anymore like I used to. So thank God for this, my amazing lifestyle change of diet with the smoothies.
Awesome. And I have to add something to it. In my case, I'm not craving for sugar at all. And ask me where's the sugar, I don't even know. Maybe it's expired, I can't tell you. I am so not into sugar at all. The only thing I use to have sweetness in my smoothies or sweetness in my coffee eventually when I have one is either maple syrup or honey. I love having some honey too. So if I feel like that's something I am craving for and I want it really sweet, I go for it. And like on my smoothie today, I had some cherries, also give you that sweetness to it. Or I choose the fruits that are going to give me that sugary taste. Like, those small bananas called bananitos? They are just sugary enough. Those small bananas, they are really good in your smoothies. And I have those ones, they are full of sugar and you don't need to add extra sugar to it, then give you this amazing taste in your smoothies. So that's
one other thing too that's good. I use dates, dried dates.
I use dates too. Yeah.
Yes. I use dried dates
to the other day. Yeah.
Yes. I have so many different recipes. I'll give you this one today because it's what I'm having. I have a whole list of different recipes of my smoothies that I make. Yeah. Every day is a different recipe. When sometimes I just wake up and I said, what am I going to do today for my smoothies? Let me add a little twist. I just put this, put that. And what I do is when I'm putting them, I'm recording it down. That way I know if they taste, and then I'll know what I added.
That's how I have my book. You're on the good part. You just have to collect all the smoothies you have. The best people would say your kids or your husband, I love this one, and you have so many samba for that. Just go for it. And that's how I started the smoothie. And my next project going to be 365 smoothies. It's going to be on a daily basis. Oh, Luciana is back. I'm going to add you. Luciana is back. Welcome back. And my next Happy Smoothie book, Luciana, you never heard this. This is the first time I'm going to talk about this live. The next smoothie project book going to be 365 smoothies. So it's going to be a daily basis of smoothies where we share every single day a new smoothie recipe, and then you could enjoy it and have this project going. And Dorothy, you are welcome to join and add some smoothies in it. And then it's going to be and in the book, you have the 360 smoothies, a big collaboration. Everybody who trusts and believes in this aptitude of having these smoothies helping you, changing your life, feel welcome to come. And if you have somebody who might be a good add to it, feel free to add them. And I know Lisa, her daughter, also is really into it. I hope she's going to be willing to share. And I know Annette's daughter also is really into smoothies. Maybe she's going to be willing to add. Anyway, we are welcome to all contribution. And I'm going to make it 360 smoothies. So I'm pretty sure out of 360 smoothies, you can't tell me there is no smoothie recipe that's not for me.
Absolutely.
Yes, and, no excuse.
And Luciana already contributed. She sent me 2 smoothies for this book. So instead of being 40 smoothies, I think it's going to be around 45 smoothies so far.
Yes, because I also have some recipes that I'm going to share with you.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be probably a 50 recipe.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And then to finish, Luciana, you missed some few, but that's okay. We're talking about rosacea, yellow discoloration of eyes, slow digestion, and Dorothy just shared a little bit about her slow digestion issues. we had sugar craving, so we were just talking about that, and I was talking about the fact that I even don't know where is my sugar. I can't tell. I know I have a small bag somewhere, but I can't tell if it's expired and if it's good. I have no idea. It's somewhere.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm no longer into the sugar thing for a really long time. And the next one is skin rashes, and then the type 2 diabetes and weight gain.
Yeah, weight gain, that's a big issue for me. So, and that's part of the reason why I decided to start doing the smoothies so I can get my weight under control. Yeah, because my family is, we have a history of diabetes in my family. So I am very much aware of the fact that I can easily run into, I can easily be a victim.
1 second. Rosina, please, could you text Annette the link? She seems to have trouble joining us since we started. Almost
Okay.
an hour.
Give me a moment. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, do you want to keep going? Sorry about that.
So like I said, it's all right. So like I said, type 2 diabetes runs in my family. So I know weight gain is one of the biggest things that contribute to type 2 diabetes. So I am very much aware of the fact that if I don't do something to my health, I can easily run into the problem, because I know what my dad went through the years that he was alive. My dad was diabetic for 35 years. So I know how he suffered. I knew how much he suffered, how difficult it was for him to control his diabetes. Sometimes not being in a position where you have emergency health care, where he would just run into if he has an episode. So I understand. I know how difficult it was for him. So I'm trying my best to not go to that point. And part of it is the weight gain. So knowing that I can do something now to prevent me from being a victim of diabetes, it's part of the reason why I ended up doing this. It's a journey. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a quick fix, like Rosiana said. It's not a quick fix. You have to be able to put in the work and give it some time to get the results. So I am well on my way to be able to take care of all that problem, so I don't become a victim.
Awesome. And would you like to have a talk, like as a family of diabetes, how you experienced the diabetes, like how you saw your dad going through it? We could have another talk show where we discuss the diabetes and have some people who already use the smoothies and were able to be out of their pills, because we have some of our team members who used the smoothies for years and now they are out of their pills. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yes. Like I'm saying, in this smoothie lifestyle change, it's not just me who's doing it. My whole family is doing it, even though everybody in my household is fit. Thank God for that. My husband, my children are all fit. I'm the only one who is on the other side. So even though
you are on the right side. You are on the other side, but you are on the right track.
I'm doing the best I can so I can join them on the other side. And one thing I was trying to say is this: my brother, my junior brother, with whom we are in the same state together, he is very fit, but because he knows that we have the history, he's been doing a whole lot for himself to take care of, not to become victims. So all of us children of my parents, we are very much aware that we could be victims. So everybody is doing something to help them. My brother, who is here, he too is doing the smoothie diet. He is very fit, because guess what? He knows what not to expect. He knows what to do to not get to become a victim. So he too is on the healthy lifestyle change. So yes, and hopefully. Yes, not just my immediate family, my product that I have a few other family friends who are also joining me in the healthy lifestyle change. So little by little, day by day, the family is growing bigger. And before you know it, God willing, my community will be joining me in my healthy smoothie lifestyle change.
Awesome, that's great. And also, before I forget, before you go, I need a little kind of presentation of who you are and how did you kind of change your lifestyle from all the disease and condition and everything you faced. How did you end up into having a smoothie? Like a small paragraph where you express all those stuff. So it's going to be easier for people to know how you get into it and then how you get those smoothies. It's going to be helpful. I think, Dorothy, do you hear
Annette
me?
just say that she's on the backstage. She's here.
Oh, yeah,
Can
I
you
just
see?
saw her. Yes, Lucy and I are going to have you off, or Dorothy. Dorothy, do you want a little break? Because we were here from the beginning. I
Yeah.
could take you off for 2 or
I
3
think
minutes.
I am reaching my
You
destination,
are
so
reaching.
I might.
But I wanted you to say
Yeah,
welcome
and
to Annette.
also the internet is not good, so at any time I can be cut off because we are in the
Dorothy,
I don't
just want to
know
welcome
in the
Annette
nowhere land.
for 1 or 2 minutes before Lucy and I is going down.
Say that again.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to have you for 2 minutes off
Hi.
and then come back on.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's working. I could have you, all of you at the same time. Welcome, Annette. We have to celebrate. Dorothy, we have to tell you, Annette is here for the sound effects,
Yes,
and you don't want to miss
she
this
is
thing.
there.
She's going to read the poetry. She's awesome, and you want to attend that. You don't want to miss that thing. And if you are watching live, you don't want to miss that thing. If you are watching replay, enjoy. And we have to welcome Annette. She's our new member of our team. So, Huskana, you join me. Dorothy, join me to welcome
Hello. Welcome.
I've had great fun trying
I'm
to get in
so
on the
happy.
backstage and the
Annette
link.
is here. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but it's all being cut off. There's no internet.
Yeah, so Hussena, sorry if you are cut, we'll understand. Welcome, Annette. Join me to say welcome for her. Welcome.
Welcome. That's so nice.
Dorothy, Annette just joined our team yesterday, so that's why we are welcoming her today. It's her special welcome. We're supposed to have it at 10, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it at 10 Eastern time, so we are doing it now during the live. So happy smoothie, Annette, and if you could tell us what's in your smoothie.
I drank most of it as I've been watching the show, but it was delicious. I've got kiwis in there. I used kiwis for the first time because I had some kiwis and I hadn't used them. Kiwis, mangoes. I love my mangoes. Being from the Caribbean, love my mango. Kiwis, mangoes. I've got some blueberries in there, some strawberries, and of course some almond milk.
Wow.
And
I'm just tasting the almond milk. I have almost the same without the kiwi here. The cherry. I add the cherry on it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Nice color as well. Cheers.
Thank you. And you have the glasses. Thank you for having the glasses. Same one.
It kind of look the same.
You want to have the same glasses, all of us, it's going to be more interesting. So
I think I have one of those, but it's red. So I have to get a clear one.
Get one.
Yeah, I have to get a clear one.
I borrowed it from my daughter. She collects all these ugly glasses, so
yeah.
I borrowed it from her. So.
And if you could make us a special smoothie, and we're gonna add it to the book before it's launched. If you could have 1 or 2 recipes, and if your daughter wanna join also, I'm more than happy to have her. And then we're gonna add her into the smoothie book.
Okay.
If she can join this one, the next one gonna be the 365 smoothie. It's gonna be a 365 smoothie where you have a daily smoothie. And I think it's gonna be harder to say, I don't want the smoothie, or I don't find one I like.
Will you put her name there? Will her name go there?
It's gonna be her name and a little presentation of her.
Because you want to know, would her name be in the book if she puts the smoothie recipe in, just as a matter of interest?
Yes, it's going to be like, you remember for your poetry, you have the poetry and you have your name. So you have your signature. It's going to be to her and you have the name next to it.
Oh, that would be nice. I'll tell her, see what she says.
And if you have 1 or 2 of your own, it's going to be added as well. So it was supposed to be around 30 smoothies. We are now heading to 45, and Dorothy going to send us also few of them. So we're going to have more and more and more. It's growing.
I've enjoyed listening to what Dorothy had to say about the different conditions, and I'm just listening to all the different conditions, and it was very interesting.
Is there one you want to discuss, Annette? Because I can't go back with everything. Is there one condition you want to talk about?
No, I'm just going to see for me if I can use them to help me to manage weight. That would be really good. And the proof is in the pudding. This is how I started off. We're going to see.
Awesome. So you would like to talk just about the weight gain? That's the only one you would like to add?
Well,
so can you tell us right now live?
there are lots of conditions.
What's your objective from now on? So we're going to discuss
my objective would be to if I can reduce the weight, that would be great, because then everything else, I haven't, I'm not massively overweight, thank God, but I could definitely do with losing some. It's not a huge problem, but I would like to reduce, because I was a skinny little thing when I started out years ago, back in the day, before motherhood, all those things. So it would be nice to reduce a bit. And I've done some reducing, but I could do with some more. And that would be really good. Yeah. And I'm good. And if you can do it if this can help, this tastes good every day, then that's all good.
So Annette, the stage is all yours. If you could read us a poetry with the sound effects. We're just waiting for that.
Well, okay. I can read one that's in the book, the one that I put in the book, or I can leave the book, that one for a surprise for people. Or I can
I think it's a good pre-sale thing, so they know what's going to happen. They have an idea and they have the show to add to it.
Okay.
And Dorothy's going to get to know you because it's the first time you met. And she doesn't know anything. She's just surprised because I never told her you would be here. So she's surprised and she's game, and she's going to discover about your book and Spectrum. So if you could quickly tell us about, tell Dorothy also about you.
Well, I've very much enjoyed listening to Dorothy. I've just been spent most of my morning trying to get on, but it was fabulous.
Yeah, she spent an hour to join.
Because I'm new, and I'm just starting on this journey, so I can't wait to see if I have some of those issues, some of those gains that benefits. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. So it was fascinating listening to you, Dorothy.
Thank you very much, Annette.
Yes, it was fascinating. Right, my book is called Spectrum. It's a book of poetry that I self-published in May. So it was just through when we were all going through COVID-19. So it's called Spectrum. It's available on Amazon, but it's also available from me. You can email me on annettepateman@yahoo.co.uk if you want to get it directly from me. Sometimes that's better, but whatever people like. It's a book about identity. I wrote about identity, Black identity, really. But there are lots of other types. It's about nature, the climate, so there's, it's just about life as a Black person, really. In my case, as a Black woman. So it's mostly about race and identity. And that's been quite interesting because of what's happened recently in the world with Black Lives Matter. So I was doing this before the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was there, of course, they were there. But before we had the very sad situation with George Floyd, I was writing about race and identity. So there's that. Published it in May, and that was one of the reasons why I was able to meet up with Ndeye, because she was on a writing website, and that's when I met her for the first time, and then I found out about the smoothies. And I was drinking smoothies before, on and off, and my daughter did encourage me, and I was kind of lazy, didn't sort of, I just thought it was a young people thing, what's she doing? But then I tried it and I thought, this is nice.
It's nice, yes.
And I was lazy. She was always making them for me, and I would just be lazy and drinking them. And then I thought, make myself. And then when I met Ndeye, she said,
and I have to add something to it, Annette. You remember the other day you inspired me with the rhubarb?
Sorry.
The other day you told me you had a smoothie with rhubarb.
Oh, yes.
Guess what? Yes. I made a lot of smoothie now with the rhubarb. And even today I had a little bit of rhubarb. And I used to say it was really sour, but guess what? It's really good.
What is that? I don't think I know that.
Nobody was more surprised than me. Nobody was
I never wanted to have it. It's usually mixed with strawberry pie. You have rhubarb strawberry pie.
Okay.
And I never thought of having the rhubarb uncooked and having it that raw in the smoothie. And Anna told me she had that blueberry and rhubarb. I was like, And then Rusiana said she wanted a sour smoothie. And yesterday, I think I nailed it. I had just rhubarb, strawberries, and ginger.
Oh, the ginger. Oh, that seems as though it would be nice. I've got to add more spices.
Yeah, just the root one, you know, the fresh one. And it was just sour, the sourness I wanted. And then I had some friends, they wanted some kind of margarita. I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure if I mix the strawberries, the rhubarb, and the ginger, it's going to be sour enough. And that's the sourness you want from the margarita. Add exactly the ingredient of margarita to that would be perfect. They were just loving it. You had the sourness, you had everything you wanted out of it. And if you don't like the alcohol, you could just maybe have a teaspoon or something like that. That's it, just to sparkle the ginger one. And it was based on what you told me about the rhubarb. So thank you so much. It's inspired me.
The rhubarb, I'll tell you about the rhubarb. Because of COVID-19, because of the lockdown, all the mixed berries, they were gone. The mango, there was one packet of mango. So I was able to grab a packet of mango, but that was all that was left. This is during lockdown, but rhubarb was left. There was lots of rhubarb. So
and Dorothy, I'm going to send you a picture of it and the Lucy recipe. You could add it. And it's really cheap, rhubarb. It's, I don't think it's, I go and get it myself. So it's cost $0, but I don't think it's that expensive to go buy it. Or you could just go collect yourself in goods and stuff like that.
I'll be honest with you. I would never probably have tried it. But it was the only thing left frozen.
Yeah, you did not have so much choice. But it was really a good idea.
I really wanted to make a smoothie. So I thought, oh, this is not going to be very nice. And I was surprised. I was very surprised. Somehow when you make it into a smoothie, it doesn't taste that kind of, taste that we have, that tart, strong kind of taste. So I'm glad that you tried it and you liked it. But I've got to try it.
I loved it.
I've got to put the ginger in like you do, fresh ginger.
Yeah. And did you get the dates? Last time we talked about the dates, because Dorothy also used a lot the dates.
Yeah, I use dates to add to my smoothie.
Did you try it, Annette?
I went to my local store and I was looking, and I think I have to go to a more specialist store, or maybe I need
they don't
to
have
ask
it.
some. They couldn't see it because I think I must try the dates. So I'm looking forward to that.
Also, really good. You get it from the Whole Food.
Whole Food.
Yeah, Whole Food. That's where I got mine. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to definitely.
I like to get the organic ones.
Yeah. Or you could order it online, maybe.
So is it a fresh one? Is it the fresh date?
No, dry.
No, for me it's fresh one with the seed in it.
Yeah, you'd have to.
But you could use the dry one too.
Yeah, I'm just a minute. I'm going to show you how it look like, the one that I'm using.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter's bringing it for me.
Dried dates.
Yes, they have it dried.
And it lasts long, because one of the dates I'm using, it was bought last year, and it's over a year, and it's not expiring. It's like, which one is the same? I think some ginger don't expire too. Yeah, that's something like that.
Can you hold a bit closer?
The reflect of your light doesn't allow us to see through.
Yeah. So, dried. So you just chop.
Yeah, no, I just open it. Let me show you how it look like.
Yes.
So it comes like this, and then it has the seed. What I do, I just crack it open,
and you
take out the seed, and then just put this in the blender and blend it with. Yes.
That must make a creamy kind of taste.
Yeah, it makes it creamy and it has a good taste. So instead of using sugar or using sweetener, I use the dates instead.
And I've got sweet tooth, so that would be good. That would be good.
Yes. However, I said, if you are losing weight, don't do that.
Yes.
If you are losing weight, if your objective is losing weight, don't go for it. It's just one of those bad things. It's going to be bad. You're going to do it once.
Yes, I've had it for maybe since I started, I've used maybe 3. When I will use this is when I don't have like a banana or strawberry, those fresh fruits. So if I'm doing just mostly vegetables, I will add this just to change the taste. If I'm like today, with this, I don't have dates in there because I have strawberries. I have the mix, the tropical fruits, as well as half a banana. I did not put dates because all the fruits are they have sugar in them. So if I'm doing mostly vegetables, and then I'll add one of these just to give it a sweet taste.
Yes.
Rather than, yes, that's what I do.
I understand what you mean, Dorothy, and also you and Ndeye, that you learn, as soon as you start making them, you learn how to balance things a little bit,
yes,
don't you? You have to.
The more you go, the more you learn.
I've got to make some more of the vegetable ones as well. I'm excited about the vegetable ones. When I first put avocado in, again, that's another thing I thought, but there was quite a lot of avocado in the shop. And I tried it in there, and it was nice. It made it smooth.
Avocado. Talk to Oceana. She mixed a lot of avocado. She's the one you should talk.
I've never tried avocado in my smoothie. I've never tried it. I think I have to try it.
It's chocolate protein. You mix it. It's just kind of if you had a shea butter in your chocolate, you just use the avocado instead of the shea butter, and then it's smooth and oily, and it's healthy.
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't use a big piece. I just used a little piece because I wasn't sure. But I had it in the fridge, and I didn't have any banana, so I just used a smallish piece of maybe 2 teaspoons just to see.
Oh, and on the Facebook group, she posted a picture and what she put in it, and it was I think just avocado, water, and 1 scoop of protein shake chocolate.
Oh, there's a group you have like there's a group where you.
I'll invite you.
Oh, okay, yeah, please.
Okay.
So it seems to me that I'm the rhubarb girl. Dorothy, is it dates?
Yes, dates. Yes.
You're the date girls. And what is it for you, Ndeye?
Oh, I mix a lot.
Lots of different ones. Yeah,
I do a lot. I'm the recipe bookkeeper.
I
think. For you, I used to hear kiwi a lot. Kiwi, that you use kiwi.
And I love which one I love the most? I think it's everything exotic. I like the I used to have what's the name? Lychee. Because I think I'm the only one.
I've heard you mention lychee too as well. I like a lot
of lychee and exotic fruits and dragon fruits too.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing those exotic stuff.
That's awesome. And one thing that I'm working on right now, I'm trying to put together like a 7-day detox smoothie challenge.
Oh, so nice. People would be interested in. So.
Oh,
yes, I'm trying to do a detox. Interested. Yeah, I'm trying to put that together like a detox smoothie for like 7 days. You have different recipes to go for 7 days. So I'm trying to put that together. I'm working on it. As soon as I'm done, I'll let you know. And
yes, please send me the link. That would be.
And
go.
We like to hear the poetry. Okay. We want the sound.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, we got excited about dates and spice and things like that. Okay.
And you do the sound effect of the ending because we're gonna hear the sound effect.
Oh wow! I have one of those at home. That's awesome.
Happy smoothie hour. Soft, sweet, black, red, and blue fruits. Swirled and twirled and spun, till the liquid juice contained therein comes forth. A smooth delight. Pineapple, star fruit, kiwi, and plum, all mixed and mashed till the smoothie is all done. A green veggie mix can be just the thing, with kale, spinach, and florets of broccoli. Avocado as a smooth, verdant taste, so nice. Almond milk oat milk, cashew milk too. All can add the nutrients that the smoothie is due. A blue smoothie, a pink smoothie, a green smoothie too. Add chocolate and cinnamon for a spicy, warm taste. For a tropical flavor, Ndeye, just add pineapple and a dash of coconut milk. You can add your favorite fruits, all you can think. With added protein powder for that extra staying power. Now the smoothie is made even better. Stomach full for longer. Happy day with plant energy and protein in my smoothie.
Wow.
Hip hip hooray! Happy
Hip, 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 hooray!
Wow, I love it. It's not reading it, but it's more lively.
Oh my God.
Listening to you. So Dorothy,
You
that's
give-
our smoothie, happy smoothie hour poetry. And
And
Annette
you give-
made it.
You give smoothie a whole new meaning. Oh my goodness, that's so awesome.
So Annette, you missed when we were talking about, we would like to have another talk as soon as possible. We're gonna, Dorothy is okay with that. We have to do some more research. And we would like to talk about the menopause symptoms. We would like to have the PMS issues and the diabetes issues. So if you game, we're gonna have another show where we're going to talk about those things in depth, because Dorothy raised the fact that many of those conversations are not raised, and many people are just being silent about that subject and that topic. And I think it's something we should kind of bring up and let people know that it's not something feeling bad only. It's something you could kind of overcome, having a smoothie which is tasting good, feeling good, and get better.
Yeah.
And also raise all the stuff. And Dorothy told us she had twins, and her twins are feeling the same PM issues, and she's feeling it, but she can't do much because she's not the one experiencing it. She could understand that they are going through the PMS, but that's the only thing she could do. I feel like if you raise that conversation, it's going to be easy to discuss about that and kind of try to make them feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Will be fascinating, definitely.
Okay, so we work on that. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for joining us today. Thank you, Annette, and welcome again. And it was really amazing. Sorry you were not able to join a little bit earlier. Okay. Oh, she finished. I'm not done. You make me talk all the time. I'm not done yet. I'll drink it later. So, Annette, I'm going to let you do the sound effects. And thank you so much, ladies, for watching. Thank you, guys, for watching, and see you soon. We'll see you next Wednesday. If you are game to join next Wednesday, I'll be more than happy to have you. If you want to recommend somebody to the show, just let me know as well. Thank you. So, and then I'm going to give you the whole show, and you choose your last poetry to close up everything. So, bye-bye, everyone. I leave Dorothy.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
So I'm going to let you have the whole stage for you, and you do your music, your sound effect.
So I'm going to read a poem from my book. It's called Surprise, because I think it would be nice just to end on a nice positive note. It's a surprise because we all get surprises. I surprised myself by getting on the show, by being able to use the link. So that's my surprise for the day. Okay. Surprise is when a person wakes from a long slumber and realize that it is spring and it will soon be summer. The time is now. Beginnings will flow, flowers will bloom, and trees will blossom. The caterpillar will wake from its pupae sleep, and we will see a butterfly that we can't keep. This is surprise. Rejoice and wake, refreshed. Life is surprise. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
In Ontario, but I'm originally from British Columbia. It's kind of where my roots lie. It's where my family is. And I came to Ontario 18 years ago now. I had to think about how to do the math in my head because I had just finished social work school and I got my social work degree and I got a job here with child protection. And so I did that for 15 years. 15 years there, yep. And, you know, things happened in my life and, you know, my mental health shifted and was not in a great place because it's a very stressful job. And so then I...
oh, sorry, I was just checking what I...
Okay. So then, you know, lots of things happened between that 2015 and 2020, where I am today. Lots of things happened in my life that have brought me to this place where I'm a completely different person. You know, I did 15 years of social work, and then I did 2 years working in a foster care agency. And then I realized that that just was not for me. I just didn't have it in me to do that kind of work anymore. And I let it go. And I, you know, I've kind of morphed over the years of what kind of a coach am I. And then I discovered hypnotherapy. And hypnotherapy for me is one of the best tools for creating change in your life. I'm all about doctors. You know, I have this image in my head of how people care for each other, how you have this circle of care, which includes doctors and massage therapists and chiropractors and, you know, aromatherapists and energy healers and Reiki practitioners. All of this is part of your really whole wellness. So very holistic approach. And then from there, I went from hypnotherapy into NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is really about changing some of the way we think, some of our neural patterns to really make big changes in your life. And that's where I am today. And I love my life. You know, I'm working hard and helping my clients and learning. I'm also a lifelong learner. So lots and lots of things to learn in our lives, and you can never stop. That's kind of me. I'm also a grandma, and I've got 2 adult children. I have a dog and a cat, and one of my pet peeves is when people mispronounce or misspell names. So I've worked really hard to get your name correct, which is Ndeye.
Yes.
Right? Because, you know, I've had people spell my name so many different ways, and I'm like, people, it's not that hard. It's Fiona. It's not that hard. And it really wasn't until the Shrek movies came out and Princess Fiona became popular that it was like, oh, there we go. That's how to spell it.
Luckily you had Shrek.
Exactly. I used to have little kids that when I worked with, and they're like, are you like Princess Fiona from Shrek? And I'm like, yes, I am. You should see me at night.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about the neuro-linguistic and the hypnotherapy? What is it?
So hypnotherapy, I mean, I'm sure many people have, you know, your listeners have heard of hypnosis, in this stage hypnosis. You know, you get up there and the hypnotherapist or the hypnotist makes you do all kinds of goofy things and everybody laughs and have a good time. That's not my focus. My focus is actually helping people make changes in their lives. So I have people coming to me because they lack confidence to share their story on a stage, or people who are working through grief. Or people who need help memorizing, people who want to release weight, people who want to quit smoking. Like, there's so many different things. One of my favorites is mind clutter, because everybody is so busy these days that our minds just get so busy that I have this wonderful hypnosis that is just about clearing the mind clutter, filing it all away in the files that it needs to be in, so that you can focus on the things that need the attention at that moment. So for me, hypnosis is just this tool where we go into this really deep trance and we allow our subconscious mind to do the work. Because really, our mind, you know, when I say, you know, the mind, I'm also a hand talker, so I hope everybody's okay with that. Our mind is like this, right? And so the top 5% of our mind is our conscious mind. That's the stuff that, you know, every day we kind of go through the motions, right? Then there's this line, it's called the critical faculty line. And it's typically a hard line. And so that things can't get through from unconscious to conscious, because the 95% is your unconscious mind, which is where what allows us to be alive, because our unconscious mind controls our breathing, our heart rate, our blood flowing, all of those things, right? And the prime directive of the unconscious mind is to keep us safe. And so with hypnotherapy, oftentimes people get these beliefs that I can't do this. I'm afraid to do this. I can't make the change. But really, it's their ego or their unconscious mind saying, no, we want to keep you safe and we don't think this is a good thing to do, right or wrong, right? So when we go into trance, we take that critical faculty and we I always describe it kind of as like airy-fairy, right? And so things can then get in, which is the suggestions when you're in trance. So the suggestions then get into your unconscious mind, and your unconscious mind says, oh, I get it now. That's an okay thing to do. We can do that. We can absolutely be more confident on stage. Absolutely, we want to quit smoking. Absolutely, we want to help you deal with the grief. Remember a name, right? Like, there's all kinds of things, because our unconscious mind has, like, every day there's thousands and thousands of bits of information that come into our mind. Some we remember, some we don't, but it's all in there. And so when we use hypnosis and we get into that trance state, you're not asleep. You're just in such a relaxed state that your unconscious mind gets to come out and play. And then when you team that with neuro-linguistic programming, which is really shifting how you believe the world and how you see the world and how you talk, and it's not like on that energetic field, you know, like the spirit side of it, but it's actually like kind of cool, because for me, I had lots of feelings of anger and sadness and hurt. And one of the techniques that I've had done on me or for me is one where I went back on my timeline to the very first event where I felt anger or guilt or sadness or whatever the piece was that we were working on. And I went back to that moment in my mind, and I took the lessons from it, but I released the emotion. So one of there was two in particular that were really, really hit me. One was fear. So I actually went back to a past life. And in my past life, I was like a social justice warrior, and it was kind of medieval times. And in this past life, I would use my voice to help the underprivileged people with no money, no food. And I was speaking out against the powers that be. And I hope this isn't too graphic
like a
for
Robin
people.
Hood.
Yes. But I was burned at the stake. And I have that memory because I've done some of this work prior. But when I use this timeline therapy technique, the fear was gone. I removed the fear from that moment so that all I had was the lesson. And the lesson was continue to use your voice. You are important. You are powerful. You are strong. And then what happens is then you take that emotion and you go forward on your timeline, and very much like pearls on a necklace, right? Mm-hmm. So you remove that emotion from all of the events in your life right up into the present where you felt fear, and the fear is removed, the lessons are learned, and the memory stays there, because we don't want to lose the memory, mm-hmm. right? Because memories are important, but the emotion is gone. The guilt one was, I thought I had the guilt one down pat, but when I went through this technique, the person who was doing it with me, she kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me until I actually went to my moment of birth. Oh. And I was the youngest of 6 children. For many years I had been told, I was supposed to be a brand new house, and then my mom got pregnant with me. So there was all these little bits and pieces that, as a child, I would be like, oh, I didn't think anything of it, but my subconscious and my belief system was that we never had all of those things because I was born. So there's the guilt. But when I went back to that moment of my birth, I released the feeling of guilt, and all I felt was love and a sense of being wanted and part of my family, part of something. And then again, like the pearls on the necklace, removed all the guilt from all the events from that moment until the present. And now I don't feel guilt anymore. I don't feel that I'm not good enough, because there was a lot of that, like if you're responsible for that, then why are you trying to do this, right? So those limiting beliefs that are set into us, before we're about 7 or 8 years old, those things were all there, but I've removed all of those, and it's such a good place to be. So now I work with clients and do that very same technique and get them releasing those negative emotions so that they're able to move forward in their lives, because we get stuck. We get stuck with that because the belief system says you're not good enough. This is all your fault. Nobody loves you, right? Like all of those terrible negative things that stop us from really stepping into our light and being who we're meant to be. So yeah, so that's why I love this stuff. I love seeing the change. It's fabulous.
And speaking of which, based on your experience, what about those who had like a teacher or professor who always blame you and told you that you are not good enough? Those kind of situations that you face when you were younger, or being bullied at school, and having those scares and having to live with those memories. Is it something that the hypnotherapy could help with?
Yes. Now, hypnotherapy should never ever replace like psychotherapy.
Okay.
Using hypnotherapy, I am never going to be able to help you cure PTSD or get rid of PTSD or depression. What it will do, you work in conjunction, right? So so those feelings that were, those limiting beliefs that were put into us, that we're not good enough, you're dumb, you're not smart enough to pass this test. Definitely that's the piece that hypnotherapy can work on, right? And using the NLP techniques to give you that sense of, yeah, I am good enough. I am smart enough. I can do this, right? Because when we think we're not good enough, and we believe that, of course, we're never going to get the things that we desire or deserve in life. And it all starts back when we're small. And carries on from past lives as well. I had one client who I did this technique with, and we actually went back to, it was I've never had this experience before, but I actually could see him as this like a very fairy, like very earth, like almost mystical. And he was carrying his mother who had died, this, like, I call it a fairy for lack of a better word, but that's where he went in this And it was the sadness that he was releasing and letting go of all that. And this, I mean, I didn't even know how far back we went because he couldn't tell me, but he was describing all of this. And it was just this beautiful moment. And it made such a change in him, such a change. It was wonderful. So, you know, when we talk about, you know, people who have been bullied or people who have been, you know, told that they're not smart enough and they're not good enough, absolutely hypnotherapy and NLP can help you move past those and help you to get to that point where you believe in yourself, because that's what it comes down to is I need to believe in myself. I have to trust myself that, yes, I am smart enough. I am good enough. I am loved. I am lovable.
And let's say somebody who's been all her entire life, of course, bullied, have all those past life experience that was not really good for her or for him. Is it something like after the recurrence of the bad experiences, is it something that you could break the cycle?
Yes, if we get to that point, yeah, like if it's, you keep sabotaging yourself, right? Because as a child, you're bullied and you're told that you're not good enough and you always become a victim, right? And you live in that place of victimhood. We remove that. We remove all those emotions. And then we also do a lot of work to build you up, to get you to that place where, yes, you have confidence. Yes, you are loved. And no, you don't have to be bullied anymore because you are worth so much. Because my personal belief is that everyone has this deep sense of worth within them. And everybody is worthy of being loved. And I don't care who you are. I always say there's no bad people. There's people who have bad behaviors and make bad choices. So even those people who, you know, the big bad criminals, right? And I'm like, something happened to them that made them this way. I don't excuse their behaviors, but something happened to make them behave this way. They had a choice. So yeah, so people that, you know, have been bullied, I mean, it really takes a toll on your self-worth, right? Like I'm no good. I'm just this thing that nobody loves and everybody can take advantage of, because bullying, we know, comes in so many different forms. You know, from physical pushing, stealing, you know, your lunch money at school, to as an adult, sometimes it's very passive, right? Like you're at work. Yeah. And, you know, like you're at work and your colleagues all go out for lunch and they don't invite you. Right. Or you walk into a room and people stop talking.
Make a little announcement. We have more than 7 people watching live, but awesome. I just realized that I can't comment at all from this platform. So sorry about that. We'll get back to you. If you have any question or comment, we could see the questions and all the comments, but I can't write to you back. So just comment and I'll read it. I don't know, Fiona, if you could access to any comment. I don't think.
Let me check on my phone. Where would I don't see any here.
Okay, if you don't, let's just tell everybody to know that the fact that we can't answer, it's not our fault. Sorry about that. But we get back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll get the comments and answer any questions you may have, because as you can tell, I like to talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
because
I love it. And it's a nice
so
conversation.
It can be so changing in your life and positive changes. And, you know, I call myself a results coach because when we work together, results happen. It's, you know, like you get results. And depending on the amount of work that you are prepared to put in is the result that you're going to get. If you don't do any work, well, the result that you get is no change. But if you do the work and you dig deep and you go into it and you work together, you know, the results can be anything, right? Can be amazing.
True.
Yeah.
Sorry about interrupting.
That's okay.
We were talking about the fact that you could have all your past life, all your past experience. What about the culture? Is it something you could face? Because if you were raised in a culture where you feel like you have to be in a certain way, that's going against your success. Is it something that you could kind of help using the hypnotherapy?
Well, and the piece about hypnotherapy and your unconscious mind is your unconscious, like you have to want the change. And again, your subconscious mind is never going to let you do anything that is dangerous. So culture, that's a really interesting question. And I haven't actually had that before. It would be your unconscious mind. Like if your culture is, you have Sunday dinner with the family every week.
Mm-hmm.
If that's part of the culture, and you just don't want to go anymore, but you're afraid to say, I don't want to go, then absolutely we can do some hypnotherapy on building your confidence about saying, you know what, I don't want to go to dinner on Sunday night. If it's more of a culture, like a Muslim culture, or like where there's like a definite patriarchy versus matriarchy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like those kinds of things, like, is changing that going to be safe for you? That's something we'd have to figure out, right? Like if you come from a very patriarchal culture and all of a sudden you want to be this free woman, are you prepared for the potential backlash or coming out as gay, right?
Yeah,
Like
really
there
hard.
is backlash to that, and pardon my language, it pisses me off because it shouldn't be backlash, but there is. So when you come out as gay, as the person who you are, there is consequences. And how can I help to support you with that? Who do you have to support you with that decision to come out? And I'm not saying stay in and hide who you are, but just be prepared, because you're going to have the strength to deal with it. Like the strength is from your family to say, you're gay, you're not my kid, I don't want anything to do with you, right? Like that's a significant consequence. So we can use hypnotherapy and we can use NLP techniques to give you the ability to manage that piece of it. Like, how do you get through? Because effectively you've lost your family if they don't like who you are. So what do you do next? How do you get through that?
That's
right?
a tough one.
It's very tough. It's very tough. But with that, I would also be recommending like psychotherapy to deal with the consequences for that as well, right? Like that's a huge hit to everything. When your family says, see ya, you're not the person I thought you were,
Yeah.
right? Like that's a huge hit. So, and there's that holistic approach, right? Like using the hypnotherapy and the NLP for, sort of the confidence building, and using the psychotherapy to help really kind of process what's going on.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, very
and
tough.
I have I don't know if you heard of the new launch. There is a new TV series called Little Voice. And I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and there is a lady, it's a young teenager. She is mixed, so she had a multicultural family, white mom, black dad. Dad used to be famous. He was a big singer, but now he's not what he used to be. He's barely able to catch end to end,
right,
to pay bills and everything. And so she had to work really early at a pub to have some money for herself and family. And in the meantime, she had her best friend who happened to be gay, but she is from Indian descent, born and raised in the US, but Indian descent, with a family that used to be like old age, old time, doesn't really agree on the new options, being gay, etc.
Right.
And she was fully in love with a woman, and she can't tell her mom. So they had an accident of, how people are. They throw at her a bottle on her face. So she ended up on the ER. And the point was, the last episode was, what should she do? Is it like you have to face your family, knowing that they are old-fashioned and you lose them forever, or you lose your love?
Right. That, and that is really hard. And it comes down to that choice you make, because if you choose your heritage, then are you really true to yourself? Are you who you are? Personally, I'm always going to say, be who you are. And if they can't accept who you are, that's a them problem, not a you problem. I have members of my family who are homosexual, and I fully support them because that's who they are. And if you can't, and if there's people in their lives that don't accept them for who they are, again, that's a them problem, not my family member's problem. Right?
Yeah, but how do you face it? Like, let's say somebody's watching right now and facing the same situation. How do you make a move? Because it's kind of like being between, you don't want to lose your family because that's right, who you know all your entire life.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you don't want to lose the person you love.
Well, that's a really tough one. It's, again, I'm always going to say, you need to be you, and you need to be happy with the choice. And doing some visualization, if you close your eyes and see yourself in 25 years, where are you? Did you side with your family? And are you happy? Are you, are you married and have children and just going through the motions? Or did you choose you and go with the person you love and have a fulfilling life that's one of joy and happiness and everything you desired it to be? Which choice do you want? Because it all comes down to a choice. That would be my advice. What I would tell someone to do is to think really long and hard about what's best for you. If you think that you can hide who you are for the next 25, 30, 40, 50 years, but are you really going to be happy? Are you going to have joy? Are you going to be able to, because that's a huge barrier, right? And so living your life with your light dimmed, is that life? Is that, I don't know. I don't know. It's that person's choice, right?
Yeah. And I think
I'd always say, choose yourself.
What I heard you saying is that you have to work on yourself first. You have to know really and truly who you are, because you can't make any move, any decision if you really don't know where you are, where you stand, and what is really your real value.
That's right. Absolutely.
And what would be the best advice on
if you're not true to yourself?
How to know your true self?
That takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, and you really have to dig deep. I mean, I thought that who I was a wife and a mother and a grandmother and a social worker. I thought that's who I was. Then life handed me a whole bunch of stuff that I had to deal with in a short period of time. And then I did all of that internal work because I had to find out who I was. And yes, I'm a mother and a grandmother and a coach, but I'm no longer a wife. I am, my son told me one night, he says, Mom, I can't take this hippy dippy lifestyle you have, because I'm also the person that's like, you know what? It will be what it will be. I'm not worried about what's going to happen, because that doesn't do me any good. I can't change what other people are going to do. I can only change what I'm going to do. I think I may have gotten off track here, but it's the piece about digging deep, finding out who you are. Who you are deep inside at your soul, right? And this is who I am.
And
now, I'm not the person I thought everybody
could help you find out, like if you have real doubts about what's the best thing to do. Is it a technique that could help?
I would say hypnotherapy could be part of it, but there's more to that. Would be more of the a sort of a longer term process, like a longer term coaching, one-on-one coaching, to help you find out who you are. using the different techniques that I have, and talking, right? Like, what makes you happy? When you think about what your perfect day is, what does that look like? Who's in that perfect day with you? What are you doing in that perfect day? Where are you in that perfect day? And then we incorporate hypnotherapy into giving you the confidence to go after that perfect life, or to help you manifest that perfect life using meditation. Even I also use meditations. But the first thing we have to do is, once we find out what it is that you want, then we start getting rid of the things that are holding you back. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be that belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not loved, I'm not worthy. Right? And then once we get rid of those things, then we can start, we break down and we peel the onion, right? We peel the onion to get to the core of, who am I? I am Fiona. I'm very passionate about what I do. Yes, I'm a mother. Yes, I'm a grandmother. Yes, I'm a coach. But I'm also someone who knows what I want, and I go for it. I live my life my way. No one tells me what to do. I'm very independent. And I know that kind of makes me sound, if you use that word, selfish, right? But I'm not selfish. I'm probably one of the least selfish people I've ever met, because I give freely of myself. And I never used to. I used to always hold that back, or I give and expect somebody to give me something in return. But that's really who I wasn't. But who I am now is the person. I have fabulous self-care. I've insight into when I'm not feeling well. If I know, and I have had mental health struggles for years and years and years, and I know when depression is coming back, and I take the steps to address it. I don't put my head in the sand anymore. If I'm feeling kind of off, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling off because this is depression, or am I feeling off because it's 90 degrees in my apartment and I haven't slept for 3 days?
Would that call it awareness of yourself now?
Pardon me?
Is it awareness of yourself?
Yes, I'm very much self-aware of what I need and when I need it.
And what you can't take.
Right. Because, and there's things that I have no control over. And I'm also, that's a you problem, not a me problem. That's, people always say that to me, like, when someone, like, when my son said, I really can't take this hippy dippy life that you live. And I'm like, okay, but that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Oh, I have a shirt like that. I'm going to send you a picture. It's really funny. Okay. The shirt says, somebody cares about your problem. It's just not me.
Exactly.
Just find somebody who cares.
Exactly. And that's the piece about, now I used to be the person that cared what other people thought, and now I don't. And because I'm doing things.
I don't think you don't. It's more like you choose which battle to fight for.
Yeah.
So if you want to care about something, you go for it. But if you think there is no control, there is nothing you could do, it's not something you're going to be worried about.
Right. And I pick my battles, right? Like these days on social media, like if we go to the sort of this trending topic of face masks, I wear a face mask when I go out. I support face masks. And I scroll past so much silliness on social media. And I'm like, do I pick my battles here? And today I actually, and so most of it, I'm just like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is not mine. But today, for some reason, there was a post and I shared it, all about wearing a face mask, because today was the day I decided, okay, this is the battle I'm going to pick. Right. And that's how I live my life. Is this important enough for me to go toe to toe with you on? But at the end of the day, if I can't change your opinion, that's okay. It's your opinion.
Cool. And to add to that, I decided 2 or 3 days ago to help. So I said, okay, to my other friends, I feel like I'm going to have a road trip soon. So here I am. Anyone needs a review? So I posted it in a group where I'm a member, and guess what? I received 2 or 3 people saying that I'm a scam, that I am offering review for money. So some of them I was like, do I answer or do I just ignore them? And then I decided the first 2 or 3, I just delete them and block the person. And then at some point I was like, you know what? I just asked somebody who said, are you asking for money? I'm like, did I ask you for money?
Right. No.
So I never had a response from that one. And then the other one was like, it's a scam. I'm not talking to people who had been blocked by Amazon for writing fake reviews.
Wow.
So, and then I'm going to report you to the admin and blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what was the end because I stopped at that moment. I was like, it's so silly. And then the admin itself came in and say, thank you for your offer, for helping, but we're going to monitor your posts because maybe you are doing something not good.
Right.
I said, thank you for jumping in. And it's really nice to kind of get to the point that I'm just helping for helping.
Right.
Randomly, because I don't know them. And then she said, yes, that's what I figure out. I said, too bad you figure out that, but you did not figure out that some mean person are commenting some stupid stuff on top of the fact that I'm doing something nice. She never answered.
Right. Right. And so then the decision for you is, do I stay in this group or do I leave?
I'm wondering.
Right. Like, is it important enough for me to stay in this group? Or like, am I going to spend my energy trying to almost at this point prove myself? Or am I just going to say, see ya, I'm out?
Except the thing is, it's not because the admin was stupid. It's not because 2 or 3 was stupid that's going to make my good action void. So the fact that I want to leave means like maybe they were white somewhere. And the fact that I stay, but I would stay away from those people who are kind of not positive and stick to the people who are nice, because it's not because you have 4 or 5 people not okay in the group that makes the whole group not good.
Right.
And it's again, the same for the mask you said, to come back to your point. The mask is the same thing. You have people doing the mask, just fighting for, I think they are just fighting for the sake of fighting.
Yes. Yeah.
And they like the chaos you have behind it. And there is nothing you could do to kind of make them see the positiveness of things, because maybe they just like to see it negative all along.
Right. And that's their view of life is, I mean, I'm sure you have people in your life as well. Like I know I do, where everything bad always happens to them. Nothing good ever happens to them. You know, why did they get that and I don't? Right. Like, and that is where the spiritual side of me and the energetic side of me kind of slides in, because I tell people I'm kind of in the woo closet, is that they're bringing all that negativity on themselves. When you are sending out negative energy, the universe is saying, all right, here you go. Here's some more. Here's all the stuff you wanted. Right. So, and for me, like people often tell me, why do you have your rose colored glasses on again? Life is not all that good. And I'm like, I quite like my rose colored glasses. My life is pretty good. I have a positive outlook on life and positive things happen for me.
That's awesome. Where to find you, Fiona?
Well, where to find me? I am, oh gosh, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook. So my Facebook is Fiona Barr. I should probably have written that down. My page is Results Coach Fiona, I think. Oh my God, this is terrible.
Well, you could add in the comment below.
Yeah, I'm just going to. So Facebook, I'm just Fiona Barr. That's my profile. Oops. Yeah, that's it. Fiona. Oh God, I can't type. Barr is my profile.
No, that's what I just realized today. I don't know why it said can't post comment today. So.
Oh dear. Okay. And
we're gonna do it later. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. And my page is Results Coaching with Fiona. Results
Coaching Fiona.
Coaching with. Oh my God, I cannot type with Fiona. I have a website, which is Fiona, okay, FionaBarCoaching.com. And then I
your
also
full
have
name, FionaBarCoaching.com.
Yep. And then Instagram, what's my Instagram? Instagram is something like I'm just kind of ramping up Instagram. Results Coach Fiona. What is it?
Yeah, because the private chat doesn't go live publicly. So that means we have to post it once we are no longer live.
Right.
So sorry, guys, we just have to kind of check once we're done below this this interview, which is going to be a video no longer live. And I have a question. What's your best memories doing this job?
My best memories doing this job? One of my best memories is I had a client / friend, and she was getting on a stage to share her story. It was Sunday night, and she had not prepared anything, and she was starting to freak out. And I was like, okay, get over here. So she came over, and we did a simple hypnosis about building her confidence. Yes, you can do this. You're strong. You're independent. Like, you've got this, like all of those things. She got on the stage the next night and she killed it.
Wow.
She killed it because her unconscious mind had taken all the suggestions in. She dressed the way we described it through the hypnosis, because the piece with hypnosis is that the suggestions that I give the client are actually your own words. Your own words. I don't make anything up. So if you say to me, I want to wear clothes like Lily Tomlin, and I want earrings and big dangly earrings, I will put that into the suggestion that you see yourself on stage dressed like Lily Tomlin with your big bangly earrings, right? And because it creates this image. And when she got on stage the next night, she just killed it, which was fabulous. Awesome. My next best one is I have a friend who recently lost his dad. And so we've been doing a lot of work on grief. And I had sent him a hypnosis on saying goodbye to a loved one. And he loved it. And it helped him tremendously to be able to say goodbye.
That's awesome.
And for me, that was like, this is so worth it. So worth it, because losing someone is one of the hardest things you can do, right? So that's the two of my best memories. Yeah. Myself, I love to go into hypnosis. I love being hypnotized. I get into such a deep trance, and there are times when I'm like, I don't want to come out. You can't make me. And so the hypnotist will be like, Fiona, time to wake up, and they'll have it, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Because it is the most relaxed you'll ever feel.
And how do you cope with the COVID-19? Because now you can't see on one-on-one. How do you cope with that?
Hypnosis is easily done via Zoom. Okay. As long as I can see you. Like, I tried to do a hypnosis, like a live group hypnosis. The problem is that as a hypnotherapist, I need to be able to see the person to make sure they're safe. Make sure they're still sitting or laying comfortably. For myself, I kind of tend to do this when I go into trance. So my hypnotherapist will often say, and Fiona, you will stay safe and secure in your chair. That's the suggestion he gives me, so that even if I do this, I'm not going to fall out of my chair. And it's also watching body language because if we're doing like a memory regression or something like that, it's like, okay, are they in a good place right now?
Okay.
Am I seeing pain? Am I seeing, something that's happening that's causing them discomfort? Then I can bring them out or move around doing it.
So COVID-19 doesn't really affect the fact that you could do it?
No, I can do it. But
not for the group. You have to have. And what about having a small group of 2 or 3 people maybe at the same time?
I have done some group hypnosis. With that, it's kind of a very generic hypnosis. Like one-on-one, if you were to come to me and say, Fiona, I really need help sleeping, I could tailor a hypnosis to you. But when we have a group, it's like I've done my group ones were like on the mind clutter, dealing with COVID-19, finding strength and confidence in this crazy time we're living in. So things like that. So it's like a generic one that would go for anybody.
Okay. And so what's the process? Like right now, somebody interested right now to join you or to have your services, how does it work? Is there like a meeting before, or how does it work?
Typically what I like to do is I like to get on a Zoom call with them to chat about what it is they're looking for. Is this something that hypnosis can work for? I had someone who contacted me asking if I could help them remember someone remember a traumatic event for court case. And I can't do that. Like nothing anybody comes up is ever admissible in court.
Okay.
So people can reach out to me either by Facebook or, my phone number is on my website. Like just reach out to me, we'll connect. And if it's a good fit, then we work together. Typically what I like to do is I like to do 5 sessions of hypnosis because it does take some time for the subconscious mind to really kind of grasp and get a hold of it.
Okay. But before the 5th time, you have a free call. That's when you could listen to the story and see if you might be or might not be a good fit. Because some people would be scared that they don't know if you're going to be a fit and it's going to be charged right away. So that's something that's important to kind of talk about it and make sure everybody is not a good fit for this technique.
That's right.
Yeah. So you have to contact Fiona and make sure you have a call. And then decide if it's something you could do. And in case it works well, you have your 5 session set on Zoom, or eventually we hope COVID-19 would be lifted up. Yes. And then you're going to have the option to have a face-to-face.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I have a personal question now. How could you be a dog mom and a cat mom at the same time?
Well, when my marriage ended, I got a cat because I don't know whether I was in a bit of a state of shock, but the day my husband moved out was the day I went to the pound and got a cat. Part of it may have been because he said, we're never having a cat. And it may have been a bit of a, screw you, I'm getting a cat. But then it took me about a week and a half to name her, and I named her Freedom because she was really the start of my new life.
Okay.
And then from there, I got a second cat because I thought Freedom needed a partner. And then I lost Freedom at Halloween because she got sick. And then the dog came along because my daughter had a friend who they had this dog, and they also have 2 small children, and things weren't going well in their home. And I was like, well, I'll take her. Why not? Because it's what I do, right? That's what I do. And now Lucy, she's asleep on the bed over there, is my buddy, and we go for walks. She keeps me active. She keeps me motivated to get outside, because part of the self-awareness I have about myself is that I could very easily just become a hermit.
Okay.
I can do this all day long. I could chat to people online all day long. I could, interact with people, this way, but the dog actually gets me outside,
which you have to take care of the dog.
I have to take care of the dog, and she takes care of me.
Awesome. Nice couple.
Also, you know what? And it's somebody like, I talk to her. I talk to her all the time. And
but usually people would say I'm more like a dog type or I'm more like a cat type.
Yeah, I'm both. Growing up, I always had a dog and a cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So was it more like a legacy, or if you had to choose between the two, which one would it be?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I mean, the cat's really independent, and I can go away overnight and leave the cat and not have to worry about her. With the dog, I have to get someone to come in, or I have to take her with me, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the cat also is like so independent. There are days when I don't see her until it's 3 o'clock in the morning and she's meowing in my face to feed her. So those are the days where I would pick the dog. Like I'm going away for a few days in August, and so I've got someone coming to house sit to look after the dog and cat, because I can't just leave them.
Okay, but still I don't have the answer. Are you more like a dog mom or cat mom?
Oh, I don't know that I have an answer for that. I think I'm both. I really am. Yeah, I love them both. I love cats.
Let's say it's a sci-fi mission. We have end of the world, and you have to pick a side.
I have to pick a side. I would probably pick the dog because the dog is more company.
Okay.
The dog is like, she's with me all the time. Like, I go to the washroom and she's with me, you know, like, so she's company, more company than the cat.
The cat needs you when they want to have feed.
That's right. The cat needs me when she needs me, not when I need her. So,
okay.
Sorry, Peanut. That's, you know, wherever you are.
Thank you so much. So one last question. Where do you see us for Christmas, for the holiday seasons?
Oh, gosh. My view is that our normal is now completely different. I think that holidays, I mean, if we have, you know, if we can celebrate our holidays with larger families, absolutely. But I think we also need to be very careful of spreading this illness. So having, you know, like for myself, I have Christmas with my daughter and her in-laws and the grandchildren. And so there's only like 6 or 8 of us, which works. Mm-hmm. Would I like to be able to see big parties again? Yes. I have a very dear friend who has this beautiful Christmas open house every year. Will she be able to do that this year? I don't know. And that would be very sad because it's a tradition. It must be 15 years that they've been doing this. But I also, is it a risk to have that? So I think our new normal is wearing masks, you know, social distancing, keeping our gatherings smaller, you know. Here in the Niagara region at Thanksgiving, we have this great craft fair. And there's, in our little town of Vineland that we used to live in, there's a family that they have like 110 vendors on their property. And then the school across the street has another 110. And then people are selling their crafts all up and down the street. And it's the whole Thanksgiving weekend. I don't see that happening this year.
No.
Because
we had here the marigold, how they call it, marigold operation or something like that, where they have all the kids from school planting marigolds, and all the summer we had those river of yellow flowers. Mm-hmm. This year it did not happen because of COVID. And I wonder if Christmas market would ever be again like Christmas market the way we used to have, because it's a large gathering. And I don't know. It's just I'm hoping we get back to the old normal, but I know I'm kind of aware that the old normal may never come back too.
Right, and we may have a new normal, and it may be. I mean, I think that there's some really good things that have come out of the way we have to live our lives now. I mean, one of the things, the street I live on, there's a pub up the street, and when everything was closed, it was clean, it was tidy. Then the patios opened up. The day after they had their first patio, the street was covered in garbage. Oh. And like coasters and cigarette butts and napkins, and I'm like, oh, what a shame.
You missed the COVID-19 worst period.
Yeah. You know, and the roads were quieter, and you know, like there wasn't as much traffic. Gas was cheaper. Now gas is back up to over $1, right? Like, come on. So there is some really positive things that came out of this. And so I'm hoping, like, for me, Christmas has always been a really special time of the year. It's where families get together and celebrate with each other, celebrate the time. And I'm hoping that, I mean, maybe, again, my rose-colored glasses, that maybe the holidays will be less materialistic and more
family or human.
This family and human and people connecting with one another.
Sure. And the local community taking care of their local stores and local.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hopefully. I love that idea.
Yeah.
And to come back to the hypno, this one, since we are talking about the fact that you are so stressed, and we discussed the tradition, If you feel like it's too heavy on you and you can't go through this new holiday season, let's say Thanksgiving, you can't do the tradition. Is there something like that that you could help with? Like
Absolutely.
You feel like it's coming, Halloween is coming, Thanksgiving is coming. It's never going to be the old normal you used to, and you struggle with that. Is it something that you could
Absolutely.
help with?
Absolutely. I believe that we could. I mean, together we would come up with a way to kind of relieve the anxiousness about not being able to do it the way we used to, and accepting the new normal and allowing ourselves to be in the moment and enjoy what we have, as opposed to looking at what we've lost.
That's awesome. And before the call, is there something like I would like to contact you? Is there something I have to think about before we have the call, like what I'm going to ask you or how I'm going to tell you the story? Is there a better way to be prepared before contacting you?
Having an idea of what it is you'd like to change. But that's the point of the discovery call, is to kind of dig in and pull a little bits and pieces out, right? Like if you come to me and say, I'm just stuck, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, then that's going to take a little bit more. But we can definitely, you know, like, and if we can't, and if it turns out that, you know, working with me is not something, I will say that. I will say, you know what, I think that this, maybe you need to try this. Or maybe, you know, seeing a therapist, maybe your better bet, right? Like, I have no problems. For me, being in this business is not about becoming rich. It's about helping people. Yes, I want to be compensated for my time and my expertise and my skills. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to serve you and help you become the best version of yourself. Break down those barriers that are holding you back. Help you find the thing that lights you up so that you can then have joy.
Awesome.
Because one of the things is, I've done a lot of work with a coach in the joy, it's called the Joy Revolution. And it's really learning more about joy and where does that come from? Because there's a big difference between joy and happiness, right? Happiness is fleeting. Joy is internal. Joy is what lights me up. So I use joy often in the words that I use to help people find their joy. And my personal joy revolution is breaking down those barriers. Stuck in that place that doesn't allow you to move forward, because I've had them. I've had all those barriers, and I've demolished them. I've had tons of barriers.
So based on your past experience, it's more like, if I'm coming to you, you are able, based on what you experienced before, to be able to understand better what the person or me coming to you is facing on a daily basis, and you could...
Oh, you're frozen.
Oh, I'm back. So is it something like... So I come to you and I'm telling you my whole story based on the fact that you are also using the same technique. You could easily understand and get back to me and be a better help, support.
Yeah, you keep freezing, but I think what you're trying to ask is that if during the discovery call, we're going to figure out what it is that you... some people come to me very clearly, I want to quit eating sugar. I want to quit smoking. I want to lose weight. Other people are, I'm just stuck. I don't know where we go. So we talk, I get their life story, and then we kind of, and so that's when it's social work skills, it's life experience, it's my NLP techniques, it's the hypno, all of those things come into play, and we develop a plan to help you move forward.
Okay, that was my
question. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and thank you, Christine, for watching. I don't see the other name, but I saw that one. Hi, Christine. So now, the title of this show was Healthy Entrepreneur Makes a Successful Entrepreneur. So when it comes to entrepreneur, this is going to be our last. We are on almost 1 hour.
Okay.
What would you tell? What's the kind of struggle the entrepreneurs usually have? You know, sometimes they kind of roam around like a cycle and keep making the same mistake, like the same scenario, but they change the characters all the time. So is there something you could tell to any entrepreneur watching right now? What would be the best advice, approach? And since you said it earlier, there is no reason to feel like I don't know what to ask, because you could still figure out during the your session and
Right.
figure out if it could be a fit or not.
Right. Right. You know, as an entrepreneur, I've had my struggles, right? For sure. When I started this journey, I was going to be one thing, and then that changed into something else. And it wasn't until I found hypnotherapy that really sparked the fire in me. Because at one point I said, screw this, I'm not built for this entrepreneur world. And I went back to work. And I took a year to kind of really figure things out. And then I saw the hypnotherapy post and I was like, oh, that's the thing. And I have not looked back. So for any entrepreneurs, absolutely connect with me and we can talk about what's holding you back. Let's figure out what's holding you back. Is it focus? Is it clarity? We all struggle. We all have those moments.
Yeah, and failure, and the fear of failure.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, if you can see this board behind me, this is my new, because I'm in a mastermind, and I talked about how I was having trouble being focused. And someone said to me, it's not focus, it's clarity, Fiona. You don't have clarity. And so I went out yesterday and I bought all of these Post-it notes and markers and a whiteboard, and I started writing down everything because I have this new project that I'm working on. But I was all over the place. But now I have this. Now I've got clarity on what I can do, and then I can just hone it down to what I want.
That's great.
Because it's about having clarity. Yeah.
Yeah. We have
well, thank you for having
now.
me on here. This was fun.
It was really fun. Awesome. Thank you so much. And whoever needs help or support and you don't know what to do it. And you told me when we had our last call that there is nothing to do beside having the session. We did not discuss that. So you don't give any exercise or any homework?
Depending on what it is, right? Like if it's straight hypnotherapy, there's no homework. But if we're doing what's breakthrough, which is like the longer coaching program, there is work to be, there is some homework for you. It's not hard.
Because people don't usually like homework. Is it a hard homework or is it light?
No, well, it depends, because the homework is about digging deep. It's about going inside of you, which is the hard part, right? Yeah. But it's not scary. And trust me, if you can do this, if you are committed and ready to invest in yourself, your life can be anything you want it to be. You got to put yourself first.
Cool. Thank you so much, Fiona, and thank you for watching. We have Chris. She was here twice, I think. Thank you, Chris, for watching. And we're going to check all the comments below and add all the links. Sorry about the technical issues. Thank you so much, Fiona. And sorry also for the technical issue due to the storm, because I have a storm where I am. But it went obviously well, but just in case it's frozen somewhere.
This has been awesome.
Thank you so much, Fiona.
All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Okay. Add you now. Saying adding, connecting. Oh,
Hi.
perfect. Hi.
Oh, my first time doing this.
My first time is
Wow.
doing this. So welcome and thank you for being game for this.
Thank you. Thank you for
So
showing
I
me.
have to tell you and tell everyone we are live right now for my profile, but we are also live on the Facebook page. We have Happy Smoothie.
Oh, good. Okay.
So that means we have more than 4,000 people who might be able to view it at the same time.
That is wonderful.
That's awesome. So here is my smoothie today. Cheers.
Yeah. I have different color today.
Yeah, it's kind of brown. I'll let you go first.
Well, I have my daughter's favorite smoothies. So to cheers everybody for summer. It's a chocolate banana with fiber, with all the small thing that you can see. I'm gonna explain a little bit later. And I also has the five, of course, extra fiber and all, the small vitamins, flax seeds, chia, and hemp seeds. Then the little bit of green, you don't see it, but make
No,
the
it looks
chocolate
brown.
color darker. And then I also have this. Because Nadia, you always bring flower, and I'm gonna bring pineapple. You always colorful, and I don't have. So this one I bought it just yesterday, and I think it's gonna cheer up our smoothie hours. Really for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. How
So
about
today I
yours?
have my citrus cup. And I
Yeah.
have, of course, the protein shake, and I have a banana. I have one plum, and I have 2 apples in it. And what do I have else? Not raisin this time, not day. I'm missing one ingredient. Oh, kiwi.
Kiwi. Yes, I have kiwi. I should put it. But my daughter said I want just chocolate banana, super fast. It's like classic. This is classic smoothies. Yours is exotic smoothies.
So I have in it, I have the, which one is it? The protein shake. I have the cinnamon one.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It is very rare to find any other flavor in the market. Like if you go to any store, usually you just find chocolate and vanilla. So I try to be creative out of chocolate and vanilla, but if you have something exotic like cinnamon bun, that's like awesome.
Yeah.
Very
And it
good.
tastes good. Cheers.
Really, yeah. Okay, cheers. Okay, cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Really the best.
Yeah, tastes good. So I
crazy,
wanted to, because I had some question today, doesn't mean we have to have all the answers.
Sure.
But my idea was, since I have been asked more than twice about the calories, how many calories do you have every time? Because it's supposed to be replacing 2 meals. And it's kind of a little bit difficult for me to answer because I don't know about the calories. I'm really not into those things. I just eat when I want to eat. And the point is, for some people who are more like crazy about calories, they need to know what they eat, or if there is a way to kind of measure what they eat and what they, maybe if they do some sports or stuff like that, they need to know exactly what they ingest. So my question is, if you have any idea about it, how to do it the best way.
Oh, okay. That is a very good question. In fact, between you and I, we talk about it a little bit about calories. And I'm very honest and transparent. I am not a smoothies expert. I am just somebody who crazy about smoothies and having smoothies almost 6 years every day without stop. It's always have a smoothies each day, and I can tell you it's one of the smartest decision in terms of what I eat every day, like to give me a peace of mind that I had what my body needs. At least once a day, I'm a good girl. The rest, if I eat junk food, so I feel like not so guilty because I had my smoothies, right? So, but I'm just somebody who really likes smoothies. I've been taking a lot of smoothies, and I make a lot of smoothies. So I'm just gonna share with you as that from that point of view. I'm not a nutritionist going to tell you all calories and how to count it. I couldn't, and honestly, to be honest, I really don't have time. And in my mind, like in my simple mind, what does it make a certain number if it is 50 calories more. I have the basic calories, don't get me wrong. I do need to know what is the calories in certain food group, but I can't really count calories in this, because if you really want to accurate, there's a lot of things. It can be, you know, is it the water, the liquid that you put? Is it water? Is it almond milk? Is it rice milk? Is it oat milk? Or is it just dairy milk? It is a lot of whatever you put, because to create a smoothies or to create a protein shake is a two different thing. A lot of people don't really know. I can talk more about it later.
Yeah, if you don't mind just explaining better, because it's you have to understand what we are talking about. It's not just about calories. And also I agree on one thing. Like my smoothie had bananas, which is sugary.
Yes.
Had kiwis, usually I have lychee, I have so many exotic fruits, and I have no idea what that means exactly in calories, because it depends on the quantities, and each one has a different cup. So your cup is not the same like my cup, and it's really hard to be able to just put a number. So it would be nice if you could just give a brief idea what's going on, and what's a protein shake, and what's the difference with all the different kind you could find on the market too.
Great. Thanks, Ndeye. That's very good point of view. Again, so me, I'm Luciana.
So I have to quickly say hi. We have Annette. Hi, Annette. Hi, Derek. And hi, Terence.
Hi, Annette. Oh, I don't know how to see people. So
just I could tell you.
Me, I'm very new in this live. I only see Ndeye, her beautiful face and the yellow, but it's all
you have to check on your computer at the same time that you are talking. That's
okay.
how you could do it.
I don't have my computer open. I just really gonna share you what I really know, what I have been doing over the more than 5 years, and what the impact and like in my physical appearance, and my also the feeling on your stomach, and also of course overall is how you go through the day and years after years. Like it's not really just one day. It's really what we put every single day, little by little. They accumulate on our overall well-being and health. Like I mentioned, like obesity, gaining weight or losing weight, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens so little every single day, and then you feel it, but you can't really point on it, but you feel it. So this is exactly the same thing, like losing hair, the same thing, right? It's the same like smoothies or things that we eat. One day, I'm just gonna eat this. This is a healthy food, but you can't eat just one time. You need to be consistent. It has to be like an ongoing thing, it's a lifestyle. But you need to find what is good for you, what is easy, what suits your lifestyle. Like for me, I really don't have time to count calories, but you need to know the base of the calories and what make a good protein shake, or we call it smoothies as a meal replacement, or just a protein shake as a shake after workout, or as a snack, or just because you feel like drinking a shake. It's something healthy that you're gonna do today, and then you want to do it every single day. There's no right or wrong.
Hi, Iana.
Oh, hi. All right. So, if for those of you who really want to know about the calories, what I suggest is to know what you put as a base if you're using protein shake. So, it's a good protein shake or a good smoothies need to have a base and try to use protein as a base. Not only fruits. A lot of people do not add any protein in it. And if you go to Jugo Juice, or there's a famous smoothie store in Canada. I know it's Jugo Juice. Another one is what? You know what I mean? Those smoothie bar. They will ask you. They will have a lot of menus. They will give you the ingredients: celery, green apples, and all that. They have juice, which is like pressed, and they take out the fiber. They also sell those smoothies, which is thick and all the fiber in it. They at the side, you always see they will ask you, do you want to add extra protein? It's gonna cost you either 50 cents or $1 or $1.50, depends on what you want. And there is a whey, there's a soy base, and there's also vegan. I choose vegan. After I know about whey and soy, and I want to stay away from that. Even though they said whey is amazing, it's good, but knowing how it produced, how it come into fruition and in market, and how people use it and the result, which is great. Nothing's wrong in it, but I personally choose to have vegan, because my goal is not to have bulk and muscle, like I'm going to go for a bodybuilding competition. For me, I just stand from the health point of view. I'm not an athlete. I don't exercise like as regular as I wanted. I'm very active. I have 2 kids, and that make me really active. But I do a little bit of exercise every, at least three times a week. It can be just 15 to half an hour, and I really happy with my weight and my health, and that is because of what I eat every single day. It is actually 80% of what we eat is made up for our health. It is not how much you exercise. Exercise is actually 10%. This is statistic. You can Google it. 10% is genetic, so you kind of born with it. Your body, your height, your bone structures, your your race. I'm gonna say it's not being racist, but it's your race. It can you right like Asian, like that. So that is 10%, and 10% is your activity and exercise and workout, and that 80% is what we eat. When I know about that, I like, okay, let me take a look at nutrition, change the way I cook, and what can I do that is so simple that I can do every single day. They're gonna help me in the big way in the long term. And I found it. The answer is really to have a meal replacement at least once a day. We call it smoothies. That's why we created this, because both of us, Ndeye and I, right, Ndeye, you feel so good. It is really amazing. I cannot believe the feeling and the result day after day. If you haven't tried any smoothies, I strongly suggest you to try. You can buy in the store. You can invest actually to buy your own protein. And now we're going to talk about what make a meal replacement, a smoothie good as a meal replacement. So then you're also going to know.
And how do you feel about the meal replacement? Because some people would feel like drinking is not enough as a food.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. It's not enough because I'm gonna feel hungry. It is not true. This is why what make a good meal replacement, then we can call it smoothies, not only shake. Because shake, I can tell you, shake is mainly water and protein shake that has been mixed with all the multivitamins, mineral, fiber, and protein. Usually the range is between 15 to 25 to 30 grams of protein per serving. Okay. So if you have that, and so it's about 15, very rare. Usually it's like 20 and up. So, but they are some serving of protein, like one scoop is 15, some brand, 15 to 35 protein per shake, per serving. So you can just, use the shaker. Oh, I have it, but it's in the kitchen. So pretend this is shaker, okay, my pineapple? Okay. You just shake. Maybe you mix it with water. So it's really easy to go. Open, put it, you can be in the car, and you shake it and you drink it.
And what's the difference if somebody is just using the protein shake with water and using it with a fruit like a smoothie?
So now we're going to talk about the smoothies. So as a smoothie is, if you take the protein shake as the base, and you need to add carbohydrate, like you need to add fiber, multivitamins and minerals and fats. So that make a complete meal replacement. So that you can replace your lunch or dinner or breakfast. So
I say hi to whoever is there. I can't see your names anymore. So I know 4 people are watching, but I don't know who is there. Just hi.
So hi, thank you so much for being live. So I'm gonna make your time worth it by staying with me and Ndeye. So if you haven't tried and you want to try, I would suggest always put whole fruits in your smoothies and use blender. So you need to use a blender because if you put frozen strawberry or frozen fruits, you can't use just a shake. So this is really a meal. We're talking about a meal replacement that gives you a complete everything as a meal. And then the calories will add up more, but you don't have to worry about that, okay? Because when you know what you put, you do not need to count calories because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, too much calories. Yes. You know what I tell myself is when it's really too sweet, I know it's a lot of calories. So I will adjust a little bit on what I put in the inside. Like the banana, when this is really ripe, it's very sweet, so I use half. When the banana is a bit green, I can use all. It gives me more carbohydrate, but very less sugar. So I put half on my chocolate protein shake. So first, you need to put a base. The base will be any fruits you choose. If you want to go for the lowest glycemic index fruits, the easiest to go is any kind of berries, anything and with berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. So any kind of berries.
And raspberries, my favorite.
Yes. Yes, you know, everything with berries has the lowest glycemic index. And also green apple, Granny Smith's green apple. Choose organic if you can.
Okay.
Green apple, half of the green apple is an excellent base for any meal replacement at the lowest calories ever. I'm talking about the low calories, okay? First is fruits. That's the base. Second, you need to put your protein. So protein for the shake, that is the easiest and convenience is really to put a protein powder. You can go to any grocery store, you can buy it there. It becomes something common. It becomes a staple. So people can just buy. So buy the protein shake, but I will suggest to go for vegan. It can be pea, brown rice, cranberry base. That is the best. And I know, I really love Arbonne protein shake. They even have just protein, just 20 gram of protein, 10 gram of protein per scoop. You can just put one. There's no flavor, nothing, no sugar, which is excellent. So you need to put your protein. Aim for at least 20 grams per serving. So fruits and protein of 20 grams. If you want to put less or more, it doesn't matter, but moderate what 20 is good. And then after that, you're going to put your fiber, right? Your fiber, you can also use any fiber you can find in the store. Again, aim for vegan, which is really easy to digest. And you can also, if you want to put your own fiber, you can always add, like what I did. I add fiber plus I add flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. You can put sunflower seeds. You can put any kind of nuts. That will add up also to the next ingredients that I suggest that you need to put in to make a great smoothies is to put fats and fats also. Healthy fats, not animal fats. So how to put like healthy fats in smoothies? Because when we say the word fat, it's always thinking about the fats from animal, the oil from barbecue chicken. It is not true. There's so many healthy fats available. Avocado, any kind of nut, walnuts, olive oil. How many nuts? Like sesame seeds. Even they have like it's really good. Smoothies thick. So there's so many healthy fats available that we can put in our smoothies too. So my favorite is really all those seeds and extra fiber that I bought from any store that you want or from online. But I really love the one that I use from Arbonne because it doesn't thicken. It doesn't give you any flavor. It doesn't change the consistency, but it's so excellent. One day if I don't take it, I feel different. So fiber, fat, base, protein, right? And then the liquid. The liquid is so important. Different liquid will give you different calories, of course. So, 0 calories is going to be water. If you want to add a little bit more calories, because some people use this to gain weight, Ndeye. There are people who want to gain weight and gain muscle, but they do not want to gain fat. So they're going to put more calories, not fat. But we need healthy fat. No matter what, we need healthy fat. So they will put, you can put almond milk, oat milk, rice milk, flax milk. So there's a lot of alternative if you want to make it dairy free. So it's gonna be, everybody can drink this protein shake because some people with celiac disease and Crohn's disease or intolerance to lactose, they couldn't take anything with dairy. So for me, I'll use water. The taste is the same, the consistency is the same, and I know I have less calories. So now we're talking about calories, right? So that's what I do. And you can use topping. So what's topping? Topping is like is fancy. Like if you go to ice cream, would you like a topping? It will be 50 cents more. So you put like the sprinkled chocolate and the colorful candy, but there's all color. Like I try to avoid it for my children. But for smoothies, you can add topping too. So the topping is less fancy, but you can put. I put fresh spinach sometimes, fresh arugula, just a little bit. And that's my topping. I put it, but I blend it together. And sometimes if you want, you can put raw cocoa on the top just to make it beautiful. And you can form
I should do that for
milk.
my pictures.
Yeah, okay, this is idea for you. Coconut milk, you can do the frotter to make a foam, and then you put it on top. It is so beautiful. And
okay, great idea. I'll do that.
Yeah, so that is what make a complete meal replacement. If you do that, I guarantee you will not feel hungry, because shake will maybe make you feel hungry. But if you do that and you drink it slowly, okay, so that's the key. A lot of people just gub it up, like I finish it in 2 minutes or 5 minutes. We're supposed to enjoy it. what did you say, 30 minutes? Well, 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you really feel full. Like we've been doing it for how many days now?
Yeah,
And
this is our 5th live.
Yeah.
And this is our first time from my profile. It's the first time we try this one. And that's why Kiona is asking, what's the topic? She said, hello, what is the subject about?
The subject is about what is the difference between smoothies and just
Protein
normal
shake.
shake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we'll also tap on the subject a bit of how much calories is what is, it's what is calories and how much. And I mentioned I can't really tell you is it 1,000 calories or 250 calories, but I know it's going to be more than 300 calories for this one, which is really at the very low. But as you know, we are aiming for us as an adult, as you're a woman, we're aiming of 1,250 calories a day if you are like active but not doing any heavy sports. So you are good with 1,250 calories to 1,300, depends on your height and your BMI. But to me, I'm just gonna take one shake a day, and I have some snack during the day, and then I have a healthy dinner. So if I'm really hungry, I will make like a protein-based snack. That make a big difference. And you see, like I'm not hungry, and for those who kind of like reduce the amount and the quantity of the food that you eat every single day, if you do it like slowly, you will be surprised that you're like maybe like trimming a little bit, like losing a little bit of weight if you have extra weight to lose, just by having a very regular like eating habits every day and replace one meal with the protein shake. You can have 2 meals, you can have lunch, you can have dinner, but if you replace one meal with a protein shake, you will really see the difference. Give yourself at least a week.
And after 6 years, because I don't know, 6 or 7 years now.
5.5 years, yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like from the beginning, before you started the smoothies and now?
When I started the smoothies, before I started the smoothies, I don't really pay attention to what I eat, honestly. I don't really pay attention to what I eat. So I eat what available and convenience and what I like. And after I take the protein shake, I am more in control. I have more awareness about what I eat. And I like it because when I eat too much, I know that tomorrow when I have my protein shake, I feel better. And if I just go back to like my regular eating habit, I know I'm not gonna go overboard or like lose my control and just like I eat whatever. I don't want to think about getting healthy or being healthy at all. It helps me to manage my day.
So if you have to kind of talk to yourself like 6 years ago before you joined and started this healthy living lifestyle, what would you tell yourself? Like one of member of this audience would be like, I'm not really sure if I want to make the move. So if it was like you going back to the past and telling yourself you should join, what would you tell yourself?
I will tell myself like really, don't overthink it. It is really a decision of whether you want to drink something or not. It is not a decision of, setting up yourself with a new mortgage of a house. It is really a small little change that it doesn't make any difference. Or if, I would say I will not think so much about it. I wish I know it sooner. I wish that I knew it sooner that having smoothies is really excellent, the way to nourish your body.
Awesome. And I have another question from the audience. It's about the value. How much does it cost to have the 2 meal replacement? Like if you compare it to a coffee shop.
For 2 meals a day or what? Like
2 meals a day, like the healthy living style, if you had the 2 meals replacement?
So I have, I invest in my favorite products. I invest in my favorite nutrition product, to be honest. And I also invest in fruits and all these small, the toppings that I put. So I choose mainly organic fruits, either frozen or fresh if it's in season. So I invest in those two. honestly, in terms of just the product that I use every single day, from the protein base, the fiber, the multivitamins, and also I put the green, like something, the superfood greens. It's all concentrated greens. It only cost me like $5.20 per shake, and plus all the fruits, it's probably gonna add up another $1.50 maximum. So per meal, it's gonna cost me around $6, 650 to
Canadian dollar,
$7.
which is less than
Yeah,
a $5
honestly,
if it was in the US.
yeah, it's about $5, like five
So it's
five
about a
fifty.
Starbucks.
Oh, it's actually less than Starbucks, because if I go to Starbucks, I'm gonna go for, the the blended vanilla tall brandy. I don't remember the name, but it's the one with the
Whipped
with the
cream.
shell on top, with yes, the whipped cream and the topping. I want to go for the real Starbucks that I know like years ago. So I will go for that. That's gonna cost me like at least $8 to $9, right? I mean,
So it's
talking about
double
Canadian price.
living a healthy life.
Yeah, and none of them has whatever we just talked about. It was just calories, and sometimes empty calories, meaning they don't have fiber. You just have to, it just gives you a lot of calories and sugar high, and then you really have to burn it off. If not, it's just gonna accumulate it. Extra sugar, usually it exists in all your blood, right? And then that is why when you have something sweet all the time, there's an empty calories. It's so easy for us to go to pre-diabetic or high blood sugar and all this kind of lifestyle disease. It's all started with that. One day is fine, but if you do Starbucks every single day for 6 years, number one, you're gonna feel it in your budget. Number two, you're gonna feel it in your blood sugar and your waistline and your heartbeat. So maybe once a week if you want, but if not, completely. I'm not saying Starbucks is not. I loved it. Sometimes I go vacation, I'll still take it, but not every single day. Everything in moderate.
Okay, I agree with you. Cheers to that.
Cheers. So good.
Really tastes good.
Yeah.
So we talk about the value and also the bag. I forget to ask, if you don't have it one nearby, we could have it tomorrow. So I wanted to show the size of the bag because people would not be able to see. If you don't have it right now, we could have it tomorrow.
But it's in my
it's in the kitchen, yeah. So we could have it for tomorrow for the next talk. And I wanted to know if we could talk about this one. Since you are using it and I'm using it too, we could have a conversation about this. Yeah. So we could have a conversation about this. So you could talk about how long you are using it and how happy you are. And the same for me, and also show how you could drink it. And I was wondering, is it possible to have this in a smoothie? Or is it better to have it just with water?
Oh, good idea. I believe you can put it in the smoothies.
Because I haven't checked. I wanted to ask you first. Because if it's something you could add to the smoothie, would be great. Yeah. And I saw you are mixing the green smoothie with different... the green and a digestion plus, if I remember. So I don't know if this one we could add it to a smoothie or if it has to be like a different one. So we could discuss those ones for tomorrow because we've been, I think, about an hour now.
Really?
And half an hour. Sorry, I said about an hour. Sorry,
right,
half an
this
hour.
is the time for us, half an hour, yes.
Yeah. So since we are just two, and also I wanted to say that Alexandra is not here today because she's always here from this is the 5th recording we had. And the 4th past she was here, and Alexandra had a loss in her family. So that's why she was not able to spend time with us today. And we send her our sincere condolences.
Yeah.
If you want to add something, maybe.
No, yes, it's about Alexandra. So she wanted to be here, but she's unable. She's in the morning, so we give her space, but she sent her love, and but she will join us very soon.
Okay, so thank you for today, Rosiana, and we get ready for our skin care for tomorrow and talk about the gum and also how we could mix it in a smoothie and maybe come up with some ideas. And I'm gonna check what about the coconut whipped cream you mentioned for the picture. Make it foam on top would be nice. So it's gonna be my next project for the smoothies.
You make it more beautiful.
And then we had Akim that joined us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
And I can't see all the pictures, all the names, because it's on 2 platforms. So we had one on my profile where we are right now, and we have also in the page. So Oceana, you could join. I just sent hi back to a few of them, so you could join on the page and comment back to them. And I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Great. Yes. Excited. We're gonna make our smoothies like one-stop smoothies, like everything that you need for beauty, for this, for mind, for body.
I don't know if we could mix it with the Digestion Plus too.
Yes, definitely.
I wonder what this is gonna be like. Yeah, that's something we could do. So
it's a challenge.
Yeah, a kind of smoothie challenge.
Imagine how much time we save knowing that we can have everything in one go.
Yeah.
And knowing that you're taking care inside and out, like it's excellent.
Yeah, and it's just 1/2 an hour. You don't have to drink this and drink that, and the cleanse also. Maybe you could add the cleanse to all of it, but the cleanse is 1 liter, so it's a different story.
But Ndeye, you're very good at this idea. I never thought of all that. Like I'm just doing the rules mostly, but yeah, well, we'll look into that.
We'll figure it out. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching, and cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. Still have to go.
Cheers. Bye. See you tomorrow.